The Nicole Sandler Show, weekday mornings at 10 on the South Florida Radio Network. This is the South Florida Radio Network.
Hey, Neil, it's true. I can have an orgasm just driving down I-95, but only if you're driving beside...
Neil Rogers guy.
Who's back? Larry. Oh, can I hear him now? Larry.
I'm here.
Oh, there you go. I can almost hear you now.
I'm going to move around the plane.
Yeah? Well, don't move too much.
I don't understand how astronauts could talk from the moon, and I can't talk from the plane.
Yeah.
Sounds like the plane landed.
Anyway, no, we're still. I'm looking out over the Rockies.
You're still in the air?
I'm in the air.
How about the plane?
Good question, Neil.
Now, you didn't really say...
The worst talk radio I've ever heard in my life was on WIOD.
You didn't really say that, did you?
Yeah, I did. I can't believe that station, except for you, Neil.
I knew he loved me. I knew it.
I love Neil Rogers.
Do you?
I'll tell you the problem with the station.
Whenever
I'm in Miami, first, whoever the general manager is...
Bob Green. In fact, Bob, you know something? Bob is still wiping the tears from his eyes from the last conversation. We said we got Larry King on the phone. He's in the other room right now weeping like a woman. Seriously, he is.
I'm going with Bar Mitzvah.
Are you? In about 4 or 5 years. He's not old enough yet.
When he makes it, yeah. Then,
how about going to his bris? That would be even better.
With the guy in the afternoon does 1,000 voices, right?
Yeah, Phil Hendrie.
He doesn't. He's ashamed of his own.
Huh?
He's ashamed of his own.
Yeah, he's ashamed of his own voice. That's right.
Yes, he does other voices.
Right.
Neil, how do you account for 20 years?
How do I feel?
How do you feel?
I feel like Methuselah on a bad day. That's how I feel. I feel like I just sat down with Ucola Katzenstein at WKAT and started my first day, and I went to the First National Bank on Alton Road, and she said, "Do you feel rich now, Neil, for $215 a week?" That's how I feel. Incredible.
What was your first break?
Listen to this, Larry.
I went to work and knocked on doors and got a job at a small radio station in Miami Beach, Florida. I did everything. I did the board. I did jock. I did sports. I did news. I did everything. Cleaned up. I did everything.
Is that true?
Yeah. When you play those tapes, which obviously is part of your shtick, and you have it repeated.
Yeah.
Why do you do that over and over?
For emphasis. We want to make sure
why don't you do something new?
Our audience is a little bit slow. We want to make sure they catch it the 40th or 50th time.
Yeah, 15 years slow.
Exactly.
Try a top 10 list.
Okay, top 10. That's good. I'll start ripping off David Letterman. That would be good. That's original. Hey, listen, there's a guy here that wants to talk to you. You're going to pee in your pants right there on the plane when you hear this voice.
How are you, Larry? Larry.
Say it again.
I said, Larry, how are you?
Who is that?
How soon they forget?
Who is that?
Your hockey friend.
Rimmer.
Right.
it's the Grim Rimmer.
Rimmer, what are you doing in that studio?
I came to see my good friend Neil Rogers.
You're the guy he likes.
And not all that much either, Larry. Don't get carried away.
Well, I knew he liked someone. He likes you, Rimmer.
Hey, can't beat it. Join it.
We scored in the last minute and tied you, Emma.
I know. I thought you'd be here last night.
Oh, now he's a Capitals fan. Now he's a Capitals fan. All of a sudden, they got lucky and got a point. Now it's we. Nice going, Larry.
I'm honorary captain of the Caps. Rimmer will tell you.
Yeah, he is honorary captain.
Yeah, you and that Craig Berube, you make a good pair.
I'm going to come down in 2 weeks for spring training, and I'm coming to the Rogers studio.
All right.
I'll pick you up and bring you.
That's a deal. I'm inviting you right now. Anytime you're in town, you come in here.
I'm coming. Cheryl will call me. I'll call her. I'll be there.
We'll feed you. We'll get from the Villa Deli on Walton Road on the beach. We'll bring you the best deli you've had since that crazy place you keep plugging on the air. And it'll be a picnic.
Happy anniversary, Neil.
Thanks, Larry.
Okay, baby.
Okay.
Thank you.
Don't drop Pat's
Water's pot's not good. It's great.
Deliciously different marijuana. Deliciously different marijuana.
I took my troubles to the Hebrew school. My Uncle Neil said it's the thing to do. I said that I was Latin and the rabbi rolled his eyes. I wonder how he knew that I wasn't circumcised. I told him that I was a fuck with chicks. He said for 50 bucks he clipped my tip. He looked at his watch and he said he had the time. It wouldn't be much longer circumcised. He knelt down and turned around and gave me a wink. He said, I'm gonna cut it off right here at the sink. I felt the sudden tug and then I started to shrink. I dropped my drawers, I thought of George. My knees got weak. I couldn't feel it on the left or right. I only know my jeans were quite as tight. I used to feel large, but it cut it down to size. I'm walking like a cowboy. I've just been circumcised. George, my knees got weak. I couldn't feel it on the left or right. I only knew my jeans were quite as tight. Now they call me Menace when I shower with the guys. I'm walking like a cowboy. I've just been circumcised. I've just been circumcised. I've just been circumcised.
Not yet, but coming soon to an operating theater near you. I'm all for it. That's how I wound up pulling my dork out at the synagogue parking lot. That was the conversation. I will get circumcised, but I will not. I have my integrity. I have my honor and my integrity to maintain over here. I can't lie and pretend that I believe in all that horse shit. Really. I mean, okay, so once upon a time, this old man goes for a walk in the desert, comes back and says to his family, guess what? Guess what? This happened in the city of Ur in ancient Babylon. He comes back after a long walk in the desert, all sunburnt on the head, saying, guess what? The creator of the universe, hey, Grandpa, why are your pants all bloody? Guess what? The creator of the universe contacted me, and he said that if I cut off the end of my penis, he'll give us a whole bunch of real estate. Country-sized, like a whole country. Me and you and all of our ancestors, but y'all have to do this too. And I know
where's mine?
A stand-up comic did that whole thing just like that, years after I was saying it, because I've been preaching this spiel for a long time. So I would have to believe that actually happened. I would have to lie and pretend that actually happened. That the creator of the universe, the creator of everything, all the supernovas and the sun and everything like that, contacted an old man in the desert and said, hey, here's how it works. And that was the covenant. I've read all these religious books, other people's religions, my own ancestors' religion, which was not, Christianity. We were forced to convert at sword point. Monica, my ancestors, yours, to Christianity. A lot of hokey stories. A lot of funky, hokey stories, sure, especially like in the Greek mythology and the Norse mythology and everything. Just stuff that they pulled out of their butts. Really kooky, crazy kind of thing. Greek mythology, that, once upon a time, Prometheus, the Titan, was bored, so he made little figurines out of clay that looked like him and all of the other gods. One of the other gods thought they were really cute, so they breathed on them and made them move, come to life and move around, and that's how humanity was created.
That's because he had stank breath.
Yeah, no. That's a hokey story. And it's really easy to dismiss that story. But somehow the one about the old man in the foreskin, oh, yeah, sure, exactly. Of course.
Well, some of us are grateful for that.
For what? For that story?
Yes.
Well, no problem. Well, so that's why, and that is why, sure, I'll go ahead and be circumcised. But I still won't lay any claim to the Holy Land. Still, I just want to be able to wear the jewelry. I just want to be able to wear the togs and the jewelry and talk about in the yarmulke. For the sake of the conversation, might as well wear my,
That's a pretty one.
This is a very pretty one, and it's officially my new favorite yarmulke because it's in my colors, and it actually fits my skull.
Your head?
It fits my head very nicely. It's the exact roundness.
And then you could
head.
also use it as a
candy
little
dish.
chip ball.
Holiday candy.
Chip ball.
It's net, so I would want to put you know what? I could put my cough drops in here. Allow me to demonstrate. Because I have this giant bag of Hall's Diet Cough Drop. I haven't had time for anything this morning. Had a lot of
audience at home.
Yeah, there we go. So there it is. It's a yarmulke. It's headgear. It shows God how much you respect God, and it also dispenses cough drops.
Jewish kids candy.
Oh, let me turn your microphone on, Luis. Try that now.
That's how you give the Jewish kids candy on Halloween.
Yeah.
Take it out of the yarmulke.
Have I got your correct microphone on?
I have no idea, man.
I think so.
Hey.
Now
I got 2.
Thank you for bringing these, but can you please move them?
What, the pastries?
George hasn't had any. Let him have some.
I'm going to have some in a minute during a break. I had to do the Facebook update, the Twitter, and things of that nature that are very confusing. The Neil tribute continues. I highly recommend that people go and light the candle on SoFloTelevision.com right there on top. Thank you, Alan. He did, just like I said. Went and changed it so it's a little bit more prominent right there on top of SoFloTelevision.com. You'll see where you can go and light your candle. 61 candles from 3 countries lit, and that's not nearly enough. Mine's on there. I did mine. I highly recommend that you do yours. I may go see him today. I don't know. That's my plan. It's a tentative plan. But it's early in the day yet. It depends on what goes on. And in keeping with the Neil tribute, I'm going to tell stories of things that nobody else knows. Like Boca Brian played the Larry King phone call right there at the beginning of the show.
Too funny.
Very funny, very amusing. Nobody knows how that happened. Cheryl Rivkin and I made that happen, and as a result, we were yelled at by Neil. That was a Neil birthday party, I believe, or an anniversary, one of those things. Do you remember which one?
20th anniversary.
20th anniversary.
95.
Right, and we had a lot of people in the studio, Guitar Man, I think Anna Maria, a whole bunch of people, the Bird. We invited the Bird to come back down and do some, visit the studio. We had a studio full of visitors, and then we had a whole bunch of people call to wish Neil happy anniversary. Cheryl and I worked feverishly. We sat there assembling a phone list together. I had a lot of numbers. My Rolodex, very fat and flushed out Rolodex from being with Neil over the years. And she had a very fat Rolodex as the executive secretary of WIOD. And together we had, a pretty big calling list and mailing list. So we called and got a lot of people to show up and got a lot of people to call and wish Neil happy anniversary. And we were shredded for, I don't know, good part of, for a month. I think for a month afterwards we were...
After a while, it really didn't matter, did it?
No, of course not. Well, that was Neil, because he found out that Cheryl and I arranged the whole thing, and he thought, all these people just spontaneously on their own, like they all had it on their calendar. Like they had Neil's anniversary in this town on their calendar. He and I don't really believe that he... I don't believe that he really believed that. Oh, so we got a guy shooting in the courtroom? Where the hell?
Oh, that was yesterday.
What the hell happened there? I missed that. I've been out of the house.
I think it was in
that guy, he's dead now. It was in prestigious Panhandle. Panama City.
And I guess he used the gun handle. So anyway, so Larry, that was one of the things that we accomplished. Larry was calling from an airplane. We got a hold of Larry's cell phone, and we got him to call from the airplane. Larry King is a very busy guy. And so, Neil thought that all these people just all of a sudden, spontaneously, without anybody telling them at all whatsoever that it was his anniversary, that they all called up. And when he found out, and I don't know if I told him or if Cheryl told him, but I didn't think that it was a secret. When he found out that we contrived all of it, then he pretended to be pissed, and he ripped us an ass for about a month or years. And he said, don't you ever do anything like that again. So guess what? I never did anything like that again. Because I do what I'm told. At least
my favorite part of that call was when King said, next time I'm in town, I'll come right in that studio.
Oh, yeah, right. Larry King comes to this town wearing a disguise. Larry King dresses in drag when he comes to this town. He comes to this town and he puts on a burqa so that no one will recognize him. And if you see Larry King in this town, don't stand near him. Don't stand next to him. In case the person that's looking for him has bad aim. Larry King owes a lot of money. Larry King, by the way, since this is a stream of consciousness kind of thing, there are people that I reserve my most negative opinion for, and Larry King is one of those kinds of people. A rich man who steals from poor people. A rich man who steals from poor people is probably, if you make a list, and we should change this poll, we should have a Neil relative poll, like what's your favorite bit?
Well, when he was hanging wallpaper, he was not wealthy.
Larry King, no, but then years later, he knows very well who he owes money to still, currently, today. People have died. A lot of the people that he owes money to have died waiting for Larry King to pay back the pittance, the pennies, what amounts to... Larry King has more money in his pocket right now. I think that at last count, he owed maybe $300,000-$400,000 altogether to various individuals in this town who he knows very well. He knows who they are. They were friends and co-workers, and to a certain extent, fans. Now, he might not have kept track of all the fans that he bummed money off of at the track over the years. He might not be able to honestly pay those people back because then, he can't open up a floodgate and say, hey, did I borrow money from you? Because I don't. Well,
he outlived them, as it turns out.
Right, he outlived a lot of these people. These people died. And every once in a while, every couple of years, there'll be an article in the paper about Larry King and his debt. Hang on.
Salut.
Thank you. Excuse me. But that's a really despicable thing. Like these right-wingers over with their tax breaks. We're going to starve thousands of Americans so I can throw one more penny on my pile of gold. That's what these people do. And on all of the TV stations, they're misrepresenting the debate. Nobody wants to say, everybody gets the same tax break. You get it on the first $250,000 that you make. That's even. That's across the board. Everybody gets that tax break. But nobody in the news will tell you that that's what it's all about. They're painting it like rich versus poor. Like the working class gets a tax break, but the rich people don't. And that's not fair. That's not fair to the rich. Boca Brian. You're not fair to the rich people, you whiny bitch.
That? We should do all we can to help them succeed so it can trickle down over our head.
Exactly. I could go for a nice warm golden shower. I got to get a new line.
A great trickle-down bit on that. The John Oliver thing, did you see that?
No.
It was a big bucket. It was like tubes coming out, trickling down.
Rhymes with, truck it. Well, we can say fuck it. Anyway.
One more mention of that. They're mentioning that zombie show on Daily Show.
Yeah?
You didn't see the graphic they had?
No, I got to watch the repeat. Maybe I'll watch it again. It replays at 8, right? Tonight? The Daily Show? Isn't that the replay from the night before?
Yeah, but this was last week, though.
Oh, shit. Well, I've been very remiss.
And they had a zombie feasting on the brains of Ed Begley Jr.
I don't know. Oh, good Lord. Ed Begley Jr., who, rumor has it that he's got a lot of, what do you call it? He's got a large penis. Oh, check it out. That's weird, really sneaky. Twit casting, by the way, Brian. It's a very new thing. Twit casting, and I'm being twit cast right now. Of course, you got my bad side. I'm just seeing how this goes. Twit casting, it's a very exciting new thing, and Luis is... I don't know what you call this. Casting me right now. Neat thing. Not bad quality on the iPhone there. I got to say. How does one go and see this now?
Go on Twitter, and the little link is right there. Just click the link.
Go on Twitter, like if you follow us on Twitter, So Flo Radio.
Twitter. Right. Or just go to twitcasting.
I see it.
.com/So Flo Radio.
Is that sign on live? I just click on one of these things over here, the thing that you just twatted?
Yep.
One moment, please.
Twatted?
Yeah, this is... I don't know what the past tense of twit is.
Click the twat, and then you'll be there.
And there it is. There's the Jorge Rodriguez Show. Look at that birthday cake hair fluff.
There it is. There's the Jorge Rodriguez Show. Look at that birthday cake hair fluff. Broadcasting.
Check it out. Okay, I need to mute that.
You're everywhere.
Like the cold. I need a new line for my friends in Montana. I got a Facebook message from one of my old female friends. Tracy, how are you, sweetie? Sure miss you. God, did she look good. Anyway, she's got, so are you freezing your ass off down there? You know the Montanans. It's negative 50 up there right now. And, and they're dealing with it. So you light a fire, you put on some socks, get drunk, have sex, whatever. Next day, do the same thing again. So they're taunting me. They see the news. They know that it's relatively cold down here right now.
Right.
So they have visions of people just dying down here from the so-called cold that we're having, our so-called cold night.
You should see the faces I get.
Yeah?
Driving with the top down.
Oh, yeah, well, mine's one of them.
Like they want to kill me.
From experience. I know, you're a crazy bitch. So I've got my same pat line, and I need a new one. Maybe somebody can help me out with what to say. She says, little Facebook message, so are you freezing your ass off down there? And I said, baby, it got so cold last night we had to turn the AC off. I need a better one than that. It got so cold.
We opened the windows.
Yeah, it was so cold we had to open the windows last night. Something like that. We can build this. And also, speaking of building, we can build a poll. What do you think of what's your favorite bit from the Neil Rogers Show as an ongoing poll that we can build, Boca Brian? I'm just throwing ideas out there. It's brainstorming.
Okay. You think no. The thing is, they'd have to enter it. We'd have to write them all down.
No, we write them down and then we enter it. I think Monica has that ability, and if she doesn't, I'll teach her after the show, but we can certainly just write them down. Just sit there with a notepad or write it on an email or something, Brian, and then we'll,
Okay.
We'll enter it as we go. You still have the ability to enter from up there, right? From the poll?
Sure.
So did this asshole in the panhandle actually shoot anybody?
He was shooting at the superintendent.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I don't think he killed anybody, did he?
No, he was a really bad shot.
On that note, 1220 and all Bad Shot Radio, SoFloRadio.com.
Another break already?
SoFloRadio.com. Give us a call at 954-99-00036. Mobile users call 954-990-0036. And for those of you living in the past, call Butterfield 990-0036. Skype name SoFlo Radio.
Hi, this is the much-loved and revered Boca Brian. My new disc is called Boca Twist Party. You'll get all the songs that were banned after 2005. You'll get... And you'll get... But wait, you'll get... It's my 14-inch long super hard morning piss boner. Yeah, and you'll get this too.
You know you make me wanna pull my pants down and...
Invest in your future now. These CDs will be worth a fortune after I'm dead and buried in the Oh Yeah, That Guy mausoleum.
A victim of a debilitating career disease known as Florida. Won't you help?
Boca Brian's latest release, Boca Twist Party, is available now on SoFloRadio.com.
Remember, it is all for a very good cause, so even if you absolutely hate Neil Rogers, pause, pick up the CD anyway. What's the worst that could happen? And that is the buzz. Back to you.
What's the hate? Adventures in time and space, transcribed in future tense. The powwow.
Countdown for blast off. X minus 5, 4, 3, 2, X minus 1.
Disorder never sounded so good.
From the far horizons of the unknown come tales of new dimensions in time and space. These are stories of the future. Adventures in which you'll live in a million, could be years on 1,000 maybe worlds. Galaxy Science Fiction Magazine presents
The Powwow, weekends at 12, only on SoFloRadio.com.
The Mad Dog is out of control, and you'll find out why when you hear the latest release from Blockbuster Entertainment. Jim Bandage sings duets.
Well, all right. Riding around in the streets. Well, all right.
Hear the Mad Dog, Jim Bandage, sing classic rock.
All right. All right. All right. Now, baby, it's all right. Now. All right. All right.
Bandage does blind faith.
Well, all right. Well, all right. Well, all right. Well, all right.
At first, Jim said he felt a little bit foolish.
Kind of like a eunuch in a whorehouse.
But now he says,
I like it. I like it.
The Mad Dog just can't kiss enough of that cottage cheese butt.
If he wants me to sing God Bless America and pasties and a G-string up here, I'll do it.
You got soul, and everybody knows that it's all right. Oh, it's all right.
Listen to the Mad Dog sing himself happy.
All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Miami.
Jim Bandage sings duets, available now at all Blockbuster stores.
There comes a time in a young woman's life when she has to ask questions.
Mom, I have to ask you a personal question. Do you douche?
Sure I do. I use vinegar and water.
Why vinegar and water?
Because, silly, I'm Italian.
Hidden Valley Douche. In Italian, French, ranch, or new chunky blue cheese.
This one's for Neil Rogers.
My wife took the car to the mall. She drives my Buick and she's 3 feet tall. I wouldn't ride with her, no way. I said I'd meet her there later today. So I'm just sitting on a bench in Del Rey, waiting for the lolly bus to take me away. Boy, I'm just sitting on a bench in Del Rey with my friend Hein. Looks like it's time to check my change, 'cause the bus fares don't always stay the same. I'm not gonna do what Yetta tells me to do. To drive at her rate, she must be insane. Just sitting here resting my bones, wondering why my wife won't leave me alone. We've talked it over, and I never win. I just wind up schlepping through the mall again. Oi, so I sit on a bench in Del Rey, waiting for the lolly bus to take me away. Oi, I'm just sitting on a bench in Del Rey with my friend Hein. And there he is. It's about damn time. I've been waiting here all damn day on this bench. Where the hell have you been? Hey, where the hell are you going? Come back, you schmuck.
Just want to make sure you're on the right microphone there. 1226, SoFloRadio.com, George Rodriguez, Boca, Brian, Black Magic, Monica, Luis the Artiste, talking to that thing.
Right, I'm talking.
Wow, that's hot. I guess you got the right microphone.
I am your father.
Hey, I'd like to take a moment to let the audience know that the many requests I've been receiving, I'm getting to them as fast as I can. I spent the entire day unloading that. I've got more to go. Right. The Nobody Rips You is the highly requested one. Yes. And that's on there somewhere, but hasn't fell out yet.
Exactly. I'm surprised you don't have that in your Boca Brian archive, since it's a...
I probably do, but it's on cassette, and it probably... that's how long ago.
By the way, Pete the Chronic Board Op, thank you for the nice emails and the offer to help. He's got some shows on cassette that he recorded. With all due respect, it sounds like, I say this with the utmost graciousness. It sounds like he had his Hitachi tape recorder up against the radio.
Oh, old school.
Yeah. So with, we have some standards here, and if there's no other way, like if there's nothing else, but Boca Brian found it, Earl Stritz's.
Mm-hmm. You want to hear it again?
Yes, I do. Please, but that's one of my favorites.
By the way, I should mention. Wait, go ahead.
Laura Schwartz, the woman featured prominently on that, just found me on Facebook. So little by little, it's going to be. I'm trying to get some organization in the chaos here. We're going to have this ongoing Neil tribute until we feel that our spleens have been appropriately vented, and so people are going to be popping on. We're going to be hearing from famous characters from the past as I get to them and as I get them going, like Chuck Myers, one of the Facebook friends. I haven't called Craig Worthing. We got Suds coming in today.
Oh, Suds, cool.
Our guest plates are very full, get full very quickly, and it's a little cold in here. I closed that window.
Gracias.
We got
our listener George, Chinese restaurants coming up, and Earl Strites. We'll have that on next break.
A lot of really, really nice emails. I don't know if I should read them or not. You people that are sending really nice emails, how about you call the show and you say what you wrote on the show, and then it sounds like a talk show. I know a lot of you people are at work, driving around or something. Well, when we're on 12 to 3, call up. And somebody just during that last break called and hung up, so please call back. We're doing really, really long breaks, playing a lot of bits from the past because we have them and we want to. 954-99-000-36 if you would like to call and reflect and share. Neil made me throw my food up on this particular occasion. Whatever. Hello, So Flo Radio. Hello, it's you. You're on.
Hey, George. How you doing?
Oh, hey, let me do something over here because I was playing with some music yesterday. Okay, now talk.
Okay. Hey, I wanted to see if I can rattle your brain and
get an answer that I was always wondering about Neil.
Okay.
And when Neil and Phil were back to back, did that relationship sort of end badly, or because I noticed I'm on Twitter a lot. And I noticed that Phil tweeted that he was going to come and see Neil. I don't know if he ever did, but I was wondering whatever happened with that relationship.
What happened was, it didn't sour until the end. As you know, we were all on good terms, and this is the thing, and I don't know if Phil's listening or if it ever gets back to Phil, but Phil and everyone in the building were all on good terms. He and I, and he and Neil, and all the producers, one big happy family. It wasn't until right there at the end that things soured. Phil called Neil and told him that the powers that be, the Cox powers that be, had asked him to come to a meeting, a dinner meeting or something, with Bob Neal, the vice president in charge of radio programming for Cox, and Bob Green, the general manager. And if I start chattering, it's because it's cold in here. I'm going to have to put a jacket on. And so anyway, so Phil went to that meeting, and then he called Neil and told him that they didn't show up, that they were a no-show. And that turned out to be a lie, because what Phil didn't want to tell Neil or anyone else is that Bob Neal was in town to sell the station, to announce that the station had been sold to Paxson, and that Phil was not one of the products being sold. Phil was going to be shipped off to the West Coast, was going to be given a contract to do shows, I guess, at KFI or wherever that was. Was it KFI, Brian?
Right.
Yes. Where he wound up going?
Yeah, it was KFI. Yeah,
and Neil felt very betrayed by Phil, because Phil, and rather than telling Neil what was going to be happening, and I don't know what difference it would have made, to be a Phil Hendrie advocate right now, I don't know what difference it would have made if Neil had known just a few hours before. Because Phil could have told him the evening, and then we all found out the following morning. We were all called into a meeting across the street, in a big conference room across the street from the radio station, where little Bob Neal, who shakes hands like someone handing you a herring, red or otherwise. If someone were to just put a fish in your hand, that's what it feels like when you shake Bob Neal's hand. Little nebbish of a character. And sorry, but between the pastries and the cold, I'm having trouble talking. I'm going to go run around the block here during the next commercial break. So Neil felt very, Phil lied to Neil. I mean, that's a fact. Phil lied to Neil, and Neil felt very betrayed by that. And then, of course, Phil went off to the West Coast and started doing all this right-wing programming, and that was a little bit unusual. And Neil took some shots. Neil takes shots, as you know.
Right.
Phil allowed himself to be bothered by the things that Neil said and fired back and said some things, and it kind of escalated back and forth where Neil and Phil were saying bad things about each other on their respective shows. And that continued.
Okay, so Phil tweeted that he's going to come for the weekend and see Neil. I guess he didn't do that?
No, he didn't. He wanted to. He tried to, and I think that he was told not to bother by Neil's camp. I don't know that for a fact. I can find out the answer to that question. But I think that by the time that Phil was available to come see Neil, the powers that be, Neil's friends and caregivers said that there really wouldn't be much of a point, and it's not a good time. It wasn't a good time because he was being, it was on the verge of the operation or whatever they were going to do, and they felt that Phil would have been wasting his time making that trip. But he intended to, from what I understand, that he intended to, and he was told not to.
But I mean, as of the last time that Neil was well, they were not in speaking terms then.
No, not to my understanding. It ended. Their relationship ended not well, not good.
Right. Okay, thanks, Phil. That's what I do.
Sure, man, that's what I'm here for. And I keep telling people, see, that's the right way to do it. All the people that keep writing me emails, nice emails, and they want to know things and they want answers to questions, that's how you do it right there. You call the show, you get the answer to your question. See how nice that was? And then everybody gets to hear the answer all together. It's kind of like a chat room, an audio chat room. Kind of weird. It's a whole new concept.
What are you wearing?
An audio chat room. Oh, that's funny that you should mention. I'm wearing flannel. Not enough of it. Channel 10 this morning, I popped on. I didn't get to see a lot of the Channel 10 news, but they were talking about the importance of good-looking underwear. Boca Brian, you might want to write that down. I'm sure you have the finest of lingerie.
I'm penciling it in as we speak.
Throw away that nasty, ratty underwear. It's bad for your psyche. It's bad for your self-esteem. That's a survey said. They did a study. They're always doing studies. Just when you think they've done all the studies that they can do, they do another one. They did a study about underwear. And people who wear new, crisp underwear with good elastic and nice nut support. Sorry, speaking from a male perspective over here. You can't underappreciate good support in an undergarment, if you ask me.
I can only imagine.
Anyway, yes. Well, by the way, women adjust, and so do men. Women adjust their boobs, and it doesn't look bad. I know the thing. You pull the shirt out, you go down, you reach, you grab the top of your boob, and you pull it up, and then you do the other side. You gotta hike your boobs up into the bra cup there for firmness and comfort. I understand that. We have the same thing going on. When guys are grabbing their crotch, it's not necessarily just for show. They're not just trying to get your attention. They're trying to get their nuts into a comfortable position within the convenient pouch that I hope is in a pair of good, comfortable underwear. And the importance of good, comfortable underwear can't be understated. Not just the newness and comfort of them, but the look of them. Even though nobody's seeing it, apparently people feel better about themselves when they're wearing good, clean, new underwear. So there you go. There's a tip for the holiday season. Maybe buy some underwear for people.
Oh, man, I'm rushing to Target right after
Grandma. Grandma's giving you... Is it always other people's grandma? Because with me, it was my mom. They would give me underwear and socks.
Socks and underwear, yep.
But in my mother's case, they would always be the wrong size.
Oh.
She would always give me... here I am, a teenager, and she's giving me geranimals. She's giving me the tiny toddler size.
Cute.
What do you call it? Pull-ups. Training pull-ups. She's still giving me those. Because my mom never could do anything right. A lot of really nice emails. I don't want to read them because I think that it's boring to read emails, as a matter of fact. That's one of the things in the last year of the Neil Rogers Show that he and I were at odds about, is he was just reading emails from cranks, and I just reading emails from these people. Some of these are very nice. Thank you, Jerry. Says you guys are doing a great job. The question is, reference to the archives. When I click, I get an error message. I don't know. On our archives?
Keep trying.
Last night there was something going wrong, so I don't know. Now, it's back. That must be an old email. It's back. Try it again now, Jerry.
Yeah.
Andre says, get this debug information. Is that now new? I was getting that last night. Try it again, Andres. And Nicole Sandler can't get to the archives. She just told Eric. Everybody knows. It's fixed now. Everybody, it's fixed. Spread the word. It's fixed. Oh, here we go. From Trip, our good friend Trip. Favorites. You people, we're going to build, what's your favorite bit? That's the poll that we're working on right now until forever. What's your favorite bit from the Neil Rogers Show? And Trip, we'll because you love us and we know you do, don't go sending a list, you people. What's your favorite bit? And they do this all the time with the poll. They answer the question they want to answer, not the one we're asking. We didn't say send us a list of all of the bits from the Neil Rogers Show that you can remember. And we're not asking you. The question isn't how many bits from the Neil Rogers Show can you remember the name of? And the question isn't name all of the bits from the Neil Rogers Show that you like. The question is, what's your favorite?
We'll need about 3 pages on the site for that.
It's just going to be scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. That little button on the right side is going to be as skinny. It's going to be a millimeter. When you have a lot of things to look through.
It's going to be
like the responses to my wife's ad on Craigslist. Just scroll and scroll and scroll. She just scrolls all day. All the responses. When she
you're selling furniture?
No, she's giving away vaginas, so she gets all these responses. Free vagina, just line forms at the rear, and she just gets scroll every day. Man, that inbox, the one on the computer. And then later, the other one. So Trip says, yo, let's rate Mo. That's not the name of it. It's Mo and Oz. We can do a little trivia to see who. This is going to be a neat contest. Which
at the top, Trip.
Right. That's going to be the challenge for the audience. Not just to remember the bit, but actually remember the title of it. And just like in songs, the title of the bit might not be what you think it is. And people always call... Some things get renamed by the audience. Like, for example, the Bridge Tender. Did you play that already today, or is that just...
Played it yesterday. Monday.
Yeah, yesterday. We could put it on...
Do it again. That thing is engraved into my head like Stairway to Heaven. You could play it... You could play it now, or you could play it a year from now, and my brain is going to remember it like you just played it 30 seconds ago.
Right.
That's how that thing is engraved into my head. And it didn't start out as the Bridge Tender. As a matter of fact, I was going to tell the Bridge Tender story.
Well, speaking of the Bridge Tender, we have another bit that has that effect.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You can name that in the first note.
Is that the Bugle Boy? Or is that Jack in the Box? Yeah, Jack in the Box.
Hey, how the hell are you?
Coming up.
Good Lord. So the bridge tender before the break over here. Here's the quick bridge tender story. My wife, speaking of her and her inbox, actually had something to do with that. She was visiting the station one day. We had to share a car. I was impoverished. And so sometimes she had to bring me to work or pick me up or something, and I was doing production. And she said, oh, no, this was a Mitch Lewis story. My wife had to do with the Thanks for Calling lady. Mitch Lewis, the great Mitch Lewis, who we will be hearing from him at some point.
Thanks for calling.
In the days to come. I went into his studio. The public production room, production studio was being occupied, probably by Fat Jill Tracy. She did the 411 report on Hot 105, and we always used to say that's her weight. We had appointed times when people, the public production room, there was a sign-up sheet, but outside of that, everyone had their allocated time, like between 2 and 3 is George's time, et cetera, and so on. After everybody's show, you go in there, you can cut your promos and get the highlights that you want in the air checks for people. So that was busy, so I go in and ask my good friend Mitch Lewis, may I borrow your studio really quickly? I just need to cart something up from the show real quick. Let me cue it up. And I'm fast, man. That's the sound of the reel-to-reel tape queuing up. I know right where it is. I put a piece of paper there. I'm deft. I'm fast. And I'm queuing that up. I go in there with everything already, the card already bulked, and I just wanted to card up Stupid Idiotic Jerk. That part of the bridge tender thing. Well, I don't know about you, but you sound like some kind of stupid, idiotic jerk. And I'm playing the entire call, waiting for that part to come up, and Mitch Lewis says, that's a funny call. You should probably cart up the entire call also. And I'm not.
Absolutely correct, sir.
That's it. I wanted to get that, and I wanted to get some, a couple other just one-lines from that old man's voice. The absolutely corrector. That and maybe stupid, idiotic jerk. I wanted to just get a couple of drops. Drop is short for drop-in for you people out there in Radio Land that don't know. Just a quick little thing like...
That is not a communist bunch of crap, sir.
That's a drop. And Mitch is like, that's funny. That whole phone call is funny. You should cart that up and give that to Neil and play it over again. And I go, okay. So there. And I did that. And I titled it Old Boat Dude. That's what I wrote on the cart because it's not a bridge tender calling up. They're talking about bridges, cars, and boats. Yeah. And I wrote down Old Boat Dude because here's an old dude who likes to take his boat out and make the bridges go up, and he don't care. So this was a crotchety old boat dude, so I labeled the cart Old Boat Dude, and so that was the name of the cart, and people would call up and request the bridge tender. Hey, can you play the bridge tender? And Neil would pull out the card that says Old Boat Dude. And it was always Old Boat Dude. And when we put it in the DCS, it was Old Boat Dude. And finally I had to change it because other people that filled in for me couldn't find it. Where's the bridge tender? Where's the bridge tender? I said, it's under Old Boat Dude.
Because you know what it is? Everybody remembered the fact that Neil said he wanted all the bridge tenders to die.
Right. So all the bridge tenders.
That's all we remember.
Right. I want the bridge tender to go out of the causeway and jump.
That's all we remember.
That's it. But it's like, people do that with music.
Yeah.
People do that with songs. Like,
there was a reason for that call. If you remember, the Causeway Bridge was stuck up.
Right.
And it made him late for I don't know if he was late for the show, but it was late coming in.
No, he wasn't. You're right. I think that might have been the show where Mike Ranieri had to do the first, 5 minutes or something because he was stuck behind the bridge.
And he was pissed.
Right. And
he did a diatribe for 20 minutes.
All of us that worked on that island in North Bay Village, we got fucked by that bridge routinely. Why is it the bridge only gets stuck in the up position and doesn't get stuck in the down position? That bridge plagued our lives. At least management was cool. You could get in late, and your boss would be scowling there at you, arms folded. What the hell's your excuse, asshole? Bridge! The bridge! And the boss would go, all right. Because they would get fucked by it.
My dad got stuck at that bridge so many times.
Yeah. And that was the most obnoxious.
That was a terrible bridge. That bridge is always broken, yeah. Something was always wrong.
Getting stuck. Keep talking, Luis.
Yeah. Something was always wrong with that bridge. My dad had to park his car once and just walk home.
It was an awful thing. Where the hell's Suds, by the way? 17 to 1.
Suds?
By the way, the date of that call was November 10th, 1991.
How about that?
Wow.
Ain't that something? How do you know?
Do you remember when Neil had that call?
Yes. Yeah, that was cool. Chris Farley interviewed here on the show today. All right, now 16 till 1. SoFloRadio.com.
Longer, firmer, and fully packed with flavor. SoFloRadio.com. Millions have converted for fun and profit. Now you too can turn your pagan ways around at Earl Streitz's. We'll convert any goy for just $99.95. That's right. Listen to one of our successful graduates.
Boakim, Ay Shalom, Malachi, HaShalom.
At Earl Streitz's, we'll convert anyone into a Jew.
Malakim, HaKadosh, Baruchu.
Translated means, sorry, I must have left my wallet at home.
Mimelech, Melache, Hamalachim, HaKadosh.
Translated means, stewardess, did you make sure to give me a kosher meal?
Mimelech, Mahalache, Hamalachim, HaKadosh, Baruch.
Translated, yes, Rabbi, the check is in the mail. Yes, you too can convert into a Jew for just $99.95 at Earl Streitz's. Act now and get a free yard-side candle for just $10. Earl Streitz's. We'll convert any goy for just $99.95 or more if we can.
Hamlachim. How the hell am I supposed to read backwards, for Christ's sake?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I wanted to talk to you about bridges,
about
cars,
what?
and boats that you talked about earlier.
About what?
Bridges, cars, and boats.
No, we're talking about bridges over the causeway, not the ones in your mouth.
I don't have any, my friend.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah.
Calm down, sir. Take a deep breath.
Dandy. Those are regulated by the United Corps of Engineers. You knew that, didn't you?
No.
Well, it is. All bridges over navigable waterways.
See, if I knew that, I wouldn't have been asking, see?
What's that?
I said if I knew the answer to the question, I wouldn't have asked it in the first place.
Okay, well, all I'm saying, sir, is that the United States Corps of Engineers are the ones that regulate bridges over navigable waterways.
Over what?
Navigable waterways.
Yes, sir, okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So it's up to them to decide what time the bridges should not be open to the marine traffic.
Yes? And what time should they not be open to marine traffic, sir?
I'm telling you that they come up with the times.
Well, what is the time?
I believe it's at rush hour times, sir, that they are not open to marine traffic. Other than that, they are open to marine traffic.
So, in other words, any schlep with a boat can come along and back up traffic for 2 miles.
That is absolutely correct, sir.
Well, what kind of a communist bunch of crap is that?
That is not a communist bunch of crap, sir.
Sounds like some kind of Neanderthal fascist commie pinko
You've got
conspiracy
5,000
to me.
automobiles to one boat.
Right, exactly.
So the boat is going to stop for 5,000 cars? Is that it?
No, I think that 50,000 cars ought to stop for one jackass in his boat. I think that's what they ought to do.
Man, you better know your laws, mister, because you sure don't.
That's right.
I suppose you want the damn bridges closed to boat traffic in a hurricane, too.
I want the bridges closed, period, okay? I want them closed. I want the bridge tender to go home and watch MTV and get the hell out of our lives.
In other words,
I want those bridges closed. Let them use the Julia Tuttle, okay? Let them use the MacArthur Causeway. I think they all ought to go on the George Washington Bridge and jump, all the bridge tenders. How do you like that, sir?
Well, I don't know about you, but you sound like some stupid, idiotic jerk.
How can I help you?
Yeah, calling for the restaurant for sale?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah, uh-huh. What's your name?
Patrick.
Patrick?
Yeah.
So thought I supposed to talk to someone named Fu.
Who?
Fu.
Okay, hold on just a second, okay?
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, who's speaking?
Hello?
Yeah, hello. Who's speaking?
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You got restaurant for sale?
Uh-huh.
How much you want for restaurant?
Well, you come here to look at it and talk to the boss.
I come over, maybe eat dinner with you.
Okay.
Does that price include all the walks?
Huh?
Huh?
什么？
怎么叫啥？
You Chinese?
Yeah, Chinese.
Okay, you come over 同老板讲啊。
2点讲？讲
2点半了哈。
2点讲应该咋样啊？
啊
？Yeah.
2点半哈。
2点讲的。Okay, how about I get order to go and then I come over and pick it up and look at restaurant?
Okay.
Okay? What you have?
You know, 你知道在哪里没有？
咋样？你先讲。
你知道哪里啊？
你要在哪
？31, 35 South Main 哈。
我想讲啊。
啊？
你讲我咋讲？Okay, I'll be right there.
Okay.
我现在打电话讲。
等你来同老板讲哈。
打电话讲咋打？
啊？
咋讲摆？
SoFloRadio.com.
Give us a call at 954-99-00036. Skype name So Flo Radio. Mobile users call 954-99-00036.
When you're ready to actually lose weight safely and steadily while being monitored by a physician, the Weight Loss Clinic of Dr. Kim Jacobson is there for you. The family medicine practice was established by her father in 1956 and continues as a medical practice that now specializes in weight reduction. Dr. Kim Jacobson joined the practice 20 years ago as both a family medicine practitioner and weight loss specialist. The Weight Loss Clinic utilizes a combination of appetite suppression medication and vitamins to produce great results, usually 3 to 4 pounds per week for most patients. Now you can change your lifestyle while still enjoying your own food, just less of it. They offer a choice of 2, 3, or 4-week plans. So whether you just need to lose a few pounds or a lot, the Weight Loss Clinic of Dr. Kim Jacobson can help you. They're located at 5454 Northeast 4th Avenue in Miami, just 2 blocks west of 54th Street and Biscayne Boulevard. Call them at 305-751-0091. They'll be happy to answer any and all of your questions. That's 305-751-0091. Get started on a beautiful new body today with Dr. Kim Jacobson and the Weight Loss Clinic.
You asked for it.
Oh, when's Boca gonna make a disc? Please, won't he make a disc?
Disc after disc.
Oh, I'll buy one this time. I will. Really, I will.
After caving under the pressure of your demand, Boca Brian has made available to you a collection of hit bits, 8 erased, observational comedy about the Bush administration that never existed. Boca Brian. He sings, he dances, and stands on his head without wearing pants. You'll get the highly sought-after Condoleezza song, the Restitution song, President Dumpshit, and many, many more. Now, all 10 of you can order your copy of Boca Brian's 8 Erased at SoFloRadio.com, right there on the front page. That's Boca Brian's 8 Erased at SoFloRadio.com.
Endorsed by Fox News.
SoFloRadio.com and SoFloTelevision.com.
To the gay square dance, got a great big zipper in the back of my pants. Get off my horse at the old barn door, got my saddle turned around, I'm a-riding on the horn. Look inside, folks are dancing all around. There goes Johnny in his mother's nightgown. All a man left and all a man right. All a man needs is a pillow to bite. Give your partner a silly smirk. All join hands for a big circle jerk. Volunteers, all raise your hand. Who's gonna be the next pivot man? Invite your partner home for a drink. Lick your lips and give him a wink with a great big smile and a great big nod. Let him know your gerbils declawed.
Father O'Toole, God.
He started out a regular guy who joined the Erectory and made the ultimate sacrifice, embracing celibacy. Father O'Toole, amen. Holding fool. Father O'Toole, altering boys, amen. As time went by, his earthly needs compromised his choice. He found a way to get relief by altering young boys. Father O'Toole, amen. Holding fool. Father O'Toole, altering boys, amen. He was happy and gay till he got caught by some tattletale. Then the Vatican paid everyone off and he didn't have to go to jail. Father O'Toole, amen. Holding fool. Father O'Toole, altering boys, amen. They sent him to a priest retreat where they genuflect and pray. If it was you or it was me, they'd lock us up and throw the keys away. Father O'Toole, amen. Holding fool. Father O'Toole, altering boys, amen. Father O'Toole, amen. swimming pool. By the road to Reminiscing.
5 till 1, SoFloRadio.com. George Rodriguez, Boca, Brian, Monica, Luis the artiste. He's getting me hooked up on my phone over here. What happened?
Your phone.
No, wrong microphone. Yeah.
Your phone needs to be updated to 3.2.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
Oops.
Yep.
My operating system needs on my phone?
Yeah.
Well, that's not going to happen. No, not on my jailbroken baby. Forget that. Forget the twitcasting. What a cool idea, but yeah. Not worth it. Not worth giving up all the other really cool things that my phone can do to twitcast. I'll wait till the jailbroken version of 3-point-something? That's not so bad.
3.2 or something like that?
I'm not going to judge.
They're up to
4-point-something, and I ain't going to the 4 one. That's going to totally destroy everything. 954-99-0036. Got some emails from people saying, I tried to call. Well, you called during these long, bit-intensive breaks that we're playing. And, of course, I'm not going to answer the phone, but just keep trying over there, Jerry.
If you're certain it's not one of those chronics.
There's no way to be certain. Obviously, I can presume that the phone that was ringing that number that was ringing during the break is that person. But I'm not. He's
you're blocking them, right?
Those guys, I blocked them, and then they go and they make new virtual numbers or something. Who the hell knows?
Oh. All right.
I'm looking through here. By the way, we got Matt from the Methodaires coming up later on. He's a good guy, been here before. He's got a CD release party coming up on Friday, and we're going to help him promote that. STEM, I've been helping people. A lot of people email. Here's a question or a dilemma that I'm very happy to get in my email, in my inbox, and that is people that want to know how to listen. And I've been just mailing out the Wonder Radio link. Android, BlackBerry, whatever, get you the Wonder Radio app. The Red Herring over here didn't have it. Had the T-Mobile Touch It. Couldn't.
Is that what that phone's called? The Touch It?
No, I make things up a lot.
It's my Touch.
It's a T-Mobile Touch Mine. It's a T-Mobile Touch This.
T-Mobile, tócame el huevo.
Touch me here. Touch me gently. Touch me in the morning phone. And for some reason, and I don't know why, I think it was made by Android or HTC. It's an HTC Touch.
It's an HTC, yeah.
Normally have had no problems with the HTC phones, but maybe HTC is doing the same thing that BlackBerry's doing. And
they're using Android operating systems.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, Wonder Radio has an app for Android and BlackBerry, etc., and so forth, and it works. So STEM, I sent him back a little link, and he said, thank you. And so it's been working for people. I'm scrolling through to see if there are any emails worth listening to. And talking to and reading out on the air, but I don't want to. I want to do a talk show. I don't want to do a George's reading show. Hello, So Flo Radio.
Hey, who's this?
Hey, it's
who'd you call?
It's George. Hello.
Hey, no, I was just going to send George an email. My name's Gary.
This is George. Gary, how are you? I'm here with
George,
Boca, Brian, Monica, Luis the artiste. Suds is going to be here soon.
Hey, great. Hey, just a question for you. Did you, back in the days when Neo had his dating game on the AM station, were you around then?
No, that was before my time. I started right around, just shortly after he got on at IOD is when I started.
You're thinking WNWS. That was a long time ago. Before,
what was the name of it? Singles and Mingles or something?
Yeah, something crazy.
It was.
Something crazy.
No, did he hook you up? Or are you one of the people that got hooked up on that show?
You see where I work at now, right?
Oh, yeah. Now that I'm putting it together. So he's responsible for your career also?
Yes, there you go. Hey, what about playing some Alice Rantel stuff?
Because I don't have any?
Yeah, that's going way back. I mean... That's before cassettes. I got to dig the cylinders out for that. That's
okay. What about Ian Bishop?
I think we have Anbo. Maybe?
Yes, we do. We have two Ann Bishop.
If we don't, and by the way, people, give Boca Brian some slack. We've got, and I'm very proud that I'm the pack rat that I am, but these things don't find themselves. These bits. Talk about buried under a pile of bits. You understand? It's like a library, but everything, all of the books are on top of each other, and you've just got to go at them in order. You got to start with the one on the top. Imagine a tower of books a mile high, and you can't get to one of the books in the middle. You got to go from the top on down.
Like the Johnny Carson deal.
Right, and none of the books are labeled. None of the books have anything on the spine. You understand? You just have to take them in order, because otherwise, how are you going to go backwards? You're not going to remember that.
Right.
So Boca Brian's finding all of the great classic bits in order, and we will be playing them. And if you have a request, he'll write it down, and as soon as he finds it, we'll play it. How's that?
Good. And what about one more thing? What about the Candy song?
The Candy Rapper? We never had that. If somebody else has that, because that was a song that the station was fined for.
Yeah, I remember that.
They purged it from the building. Yeah. They destroyed it. They purged it from the building, and I never had a copy of it. I heard it on Zeta. You know, I heard it a little bit on the air, but when the fine went down, they erased the cart, and then they set fire to the cart afterwards.
Well, if it's any consolation, we're playing a lot of songs that were banned eventually.
Oh, yeah, and we can play them with relish here on this pipeline.
All right, thanks, buddy.
Okay. You bet. Thank you.
All right,
don't be a stranger. And I don't know, Brian, the caller ID. Hey, a guy named Brian that keeps calling, just keep trying. All you people that are ringing the phones, just keep ringing them. It's not that they don't work. It's just that I'm not going to interrupt a phone call or one of our funny commercial breaks before it. And Luis the Artiste on So Flo Radio. Well, we've got two things. We've got SoFloTelevision.com for you twatters out there. We've got this thing, Twattervision. Twitcasting. There we go.
Yeah, we got a different angle of George.
Oh, man. Here, stick it under the table. Yeah. 101 on all Twitter.
Hey, maybe we'll see Mike Hawk.
Say it right. It's Mike Hawk.
That's what I said.
You're listening to us on alldigitalradio.com, she's only rockandroll.com, radioamerica.us, SoFloTelevision.com, HotTalkOnline.com, and, of course, SoFloRadio.com.
More listeners than any sports station anywhere. SoFloRadio.com.
It's the 1 to 2 hour. Hi, Vay.
Now, from the Channel 10 Eyewitness News. I get set to Q, Ann. Hey, where's Ann going? What's she doing with that machine gun? Oh, my God, quick, camera to the wife.
She was fed up with reading one story after another about drugs and violence. Now, she wants to right the wrongs and rewrite the news in Ann Bo, starring Ann Bishop.
Don't kill me, please. I'll see you tonight at 5, 6, and 11. Gone.
She took the news into her own hands.
What are you going to do with me? When I get through with you, there won't be enough of you left to make a good toupee for Don Knoll.
Starring Ann Bishop. Also starring Carl Weathers as Dwight Lauderdale. And Don Knotts as Don Knoll.
There's a stationary front over the Midwest.
Ann Bo, she rewrote the news. Ann Bo, coming soon.
Saturday night on CBS, Edith is back from the dead. It's the 20th anniversary of All in the Family.
Oh, rookie dear, if it ain't Dom DeLuise.
Daddy, don't be such a pooch.
Jeez, now whatever happened to my little girl? Look at this. Why don't you push yourself away from the table, huh? Maybe have a salad once in a while?
Daddy, don't you know how many of the world's people have never had a decent meal?
Again with the charity spielazzi.
Well, it's true.
So why don't you send them the bones from the turkey you had for breakfast, huh, Butterboy?
Hi, Gloria. I'm back.
Edith, I thought you was pushing up daisies by now.
Oh, no, Archie. The last episode was all a bad dream.
Didn't seem so bad to me. When was you back there, Edith? Brush the dirt off you and give me another beer.
Oh,
20th anniversary of All in the Family, Saturday night on CBS.
Brought to you by IBS Home Correspondence School, where you can learn auto mechanics, gun repair, basket weaving.
Yourself already.
Rick Riley's a yahoo. Oh! Suds Coleman is a god. Oh!
Deliciously different marijuana. Deliciously different marijuana.
Smoking in a song, you can smoke it in a bar, smoking pot.
Rita.
But I forgot him because I smoked too much pot. I went to Lollapalooza and everybody out there was smoking pot. I saw Blind Melon and the Red Hot Chili Peppers and Pearl Jam and Widespread Panic. Let's go smoke some pot! 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 Come on, let's go smoke some pot! Let's go!
Okay. Drive home with us today and listen and have your say. It's time for the Spick and Sun Show.
I'm the spicky one.
And I'm not wearing any.
Somebody tell Luis that we're live. No? Hey, he's busy with the camera over here with the.
He's multitasking.
Twitter vision. Plug him in the back. Stick his plug into the back there. Oops, I just spat a bagel. It's good the second time around. A bagel popper. Thank you very much.
Oh, no, I got it.
Okay.
Are you talking, Suds?
Hello, it's me.
Oh, jeez.
Maybe this isn't on. Wait a minute.
Let's try it.
Maybe this. No.
Yeah, try now.
Okay, no.
Why not? Why isn't that working?
Oh, wah.
Wait a minute.
Take mine. Okay.
Yeah, take Luis's. I don't know what's going on there. Uno, dos, tres. Keep trying.
1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, I'm on his. No, this one died.
It did die.
Oh, no. Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
There's some incidental music.
Way to go, Monica.
I know. I get blamed for everything.
You look just tremendous today, by the way. You're looking so festive.
Thank you. You're so sweet.
There.
I'm freezing my buns off.
Yeah, me too. Thank you, Jorge.
Yeah, I don't know. I just had to put my hands on it.
Yes, that's usually all it takes.
Heard that about you.
And it started working. Suds Coleman, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, everybody.
Except no substitutes. Man, we're getting videotaped so many ways. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you saw the crotch cam when you came in. It's under the table. It does a slow pan back and forth. It's actually temperature sensitive, right? Whoever's got the hottest crotch, it aims at them. So it's always on mine.
We have to use a macro lens for a couple of people.
Smoldering. It looks like the infrared. You see those
coming over here to mine. Oh, look!
You know, like the Predator
coming up on the screen here.
You know, the Predator has that enhanced infrared version. Not that the crotch cam does. It shows the temperature of everyone's crotch.
Well, I want to thank you guys for doing the kind of the Neil tribute this week. What I've heard has been great.
Just getting started because we haven't even had the important guests on. You're actually the first of the important guests. I actually had a real email. I forgot to tell you, Boca Brian. So many things. I'm trying to sail the sea of chaos with what's going on lately, and especially the holiday season and everything being what it is. Got Phil Phillips. Got a nice letter from Randy Rhodes, the actual real Randy Rhodes,
really?
not the fake Randy Rhodes. Expressing her sympathies and asking if there was anything she could do, and I wrote back saying, well, be a part of the show at some point and share your experiences, because Randy is one of the people that whenever you read an article about Neil and they're talking about the careers that he launched, she's one of the people that always credits Neil for being a significant influence on how to do a show, etc. So hopefully we can get Randy on at some point to reminisce and confess.
She's still living up in Palm Beach? Or?
I thought that she was living in D.C.
No?
She's moved to D.C. She's still got the house here, but she moved to D.C.
Oh, okay.
And I also told her that
Hi, Brian.
She's doing God's work.
Hey, son.
I told Randy she's doing God's work, just so you know, because I think it is. As entertaining as the show was when she was blowing queefs into the microphone, I think that she's doing something much more important now. Although maybe
and you know how we hate that.
What, queefs?
Doing important things.
I hate.
Somebody's got to do it, so thank you, Randy.
I hate important things, and
she does it well.
Yes, she does. Yeah.
She does. She did her homework. She went and got her political science degree, and she doesn't just express an opinion, but she gives you facts. She gives you figures. She's like radio's own Dylan Radigan, the closest thing that we have to that. And then of course we have Nicole Sandler, who fills in for Randy Rhodes, and she's our lead-in from 10 until 12 here on.
Randy remarried, by the way.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
So that plastic surgery finally kicked in.
This is Jim.
Not Jim.
Love your show, Neil. Love you.
Jim will live on.
The new guy's name is Howard, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. By the way, let me dispense with the previous poll. We're going to start building. Suds can throw his choices in there. The poll is ready for us to start adding options to it, Boca Brian. But in the meantime, the one that we've had up for, 2 months now? Which famous musician would you most like to meet? I think it's just been a month. When was the Roger Waters event, Monica?
3 weeks ago.
It's on that poster right there.
On our flyer over here?
Yes. Was it...
Not that important. Can you read that far? Suds, turn around right here.
November...
This?
Yeah.
That. What's the date on it?
December 1st through the 5th.
No.
No. We might have to take it. Not important. Here's the results. 948 votes because we left it on so long. Which famous musician would you most like to meet? Paul McCartney wins, 232. Did you see him on Saturday Night Live here recently?
Briefly.
His comedy's gotten way better than his music lately, and he was playing some of the old favorites, and it was so flat. But, I thought, it's Paul McCartney. He could go on stage and take a giant dump, and it'll sound great. Paul McCartney wins. I'll get back to the results because, Brian has been, November 15th. So, exactly a month, exactly 30 days ago. Brian's been calling all day long. Hello, Brian. How you doing?
Hey, George. How's it going?
Going great. Wow, you sound good on us. Is this a Skype call?
It is.
Everybody should just switch to Skype already, for the love of God. Listen to how good that sounds.
Hey, speaking of sounding good, you guys are sounding great. I love this Neil tribute. Speaking of Randy, did you know that Neil's old producer at Zeta is actually Randy's producer now?
Yes. Captain Dave Caprita, sure.
Yeah. Do you think he would be willing, or would you guys be willing to have him on the show?
He's on the list, absolutely. I'll roll out the red carpet for Captain Dave. Captain Dave and I have always stayed on good terms. We had a couple of social occasions, got along just great. Dave Caprita, a good guy. And an actor. If you ever watch, what's the Macaulay Culkin movie? Was it My Girl?
Yeah.
Everything? Yeah. He's the creepy guy in The Class. That's the best way that I can describe it. Very good actor, Dave Caprita.
No, he's just a creepy guy.
Yeah. Right. No problem.
I started as a teenager listening then when Neil was on Zeta, and man, that was a great show.
Sure. I was listening then. As a matter of fact, because here's the thing, because I was relatively new in town in those days, and I still wanted to hear some music because I came from a town where the one radio station you could hear really sucked. So I'm popping around morning shows, and I heard the Neil and the Neil show, but I wanted to hear music, so I switched to She. And I listened to She in the morning because they played rock and roll. And that was my alarm clock also on my clock radio. And then one morning I wake up and here's this obnoxious asshole trying to be funny with a lot of canned rim shots and canned laughter and everything, and it was Joey Reynolds. And I went nuts. I went ballistic. What the fuck are these people doing? Why did they take my music away? I just went livid, and I started talking to the few people that I knew, and they explained to me, these people changed format. And Joey would explain it to me. I'm here because this... Thank you, Joey. Joey was explaining on the air. The first time that I ever really significantly heard the name Neil Rogers and about Neil Rogers was Joey Reynolds was promoting him because Joey had to explain to the people that missed the music, like me, I'm here so that this station can beat that other station, Zeta, in the morning, because they've got this guy over there and he's destroying the ratings over here. So now that I'm here, this is Joey talking, now that I'm here, that station over there is going to go out of business and that guy isn't going to go anywhere because now the great Joey Reynolds is in town and I'm going to do a morning show that's just going to set the world on fire. And then he proceeded to play Rats in My Room and some more canned comedy that was really stupid, and I went nuts. So it was Joey that really started talking up Neil. So I thought, I'm going to turn it to Zeta to find out what it is that this guy's talking about. And just on the surface of it, I heard just, Morning Zoo kind of things. It's no music, still no music. So I just turned the radio off and went back to cassettes. But then later, I heard more of the show in cars and people's cars and everything. And, not bad.
The first time... is the caller still there?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh, sorry, just going...
Go ahead,
okay. The first time I ever met him, and I asked him about this, talking about Neil...
Joey you're talking about.
No, I'm talking about Neil.
Oh, okay.
In Sarasota. Mm-hmm. Back in... must have been mid-70s, maybe, somewhere in there. And what would happen once a month in Sarasota, all the radio guys that could would get together on a Friday at some miserable bar somewhere and start quaffing. And it was a lot of fun because at least 2 or 3 times a year there'd be a fist fight. So I never missed going. And one day, Neil showed up with a couple of guys from WSPB there in Sarasota, out there on City Island. And I met him then. I don't recall a whole lot about him, even if he had a beer that day. All I remember, he was a large man. A large man. Then I met him another time there at Big Daddy's over on Bird Key, but he didn't remember either. So when I finally came down to Florida, Rick and I were sitting in a hotel room, and actually Rick had his own room, I had my room, and I'm sitting in my room, and I'm listening to him on Winds. And it was a Saturday morning. He was working Saturdays. And he had Linda Thornton on, who used to write the radio TV column for the Miami Herald.
Yeah.
And the subject came up that Rick and Suds were going to be the new morning team on Waxy FM.
Right.
Well,
true story.
On and on about this. And Linda Thornton says, I give them a year. And
you guys?
Well, she was close. She missed it by like 16 or something. I don't know. And I thought, this is the same guy. This is the guy I used to know in Sarasota. And from there on, well, the rest of it from there pretty much.
And now you're back over here. Any other questions or comments there, Mr. Brian Collar?
Well, I read on Twitter that Rick Riley is now doing a podcast with his wife. Is that true?
Yes,
that is true.
It's about knitting, and it's called Knitwits. Believe it, it's true. I didn't. I had to look it up myself. It's true. Go on iTunes, look up Knitwits with a K, and there it is.
Wow, unbelievable. Would he be willing to come on?
Rick?
Guys?
Oh, he would.
I don't know. Yeah,
he would.
Rick, I'm adding him to the list. Rick O'Reilly.
He called me the other night, and we were talking about things, and he's got a
what?
One of the malls. He's in Nashville, and one of the malls in Nashville. I don't know which one. He got a job 3 days a week as Santa Claus. He said it wasn't easy getting that job. He had to lose 20 pounds.
Oh no! I'd go for a Santa Claus job. How about you, Boca Brian?
What about it?
What? You'd be a scary Santa Claus, George.
I would be. I would be scary Santa Claus, boy.
Listen, I'm the only one amongst you who has seen him naked.
Santa Claus?
No, Rick. I don't want to think about that. I can't get it out of my memory.
Wow. Tell us why they call it the North Pole.
No. It's the South.
Boy, I never saw that.
All right, Brian, I'm going to hang up. Other people are trying to call for some crazy reason.
Yeah, great job. Thanks,
all right,
guys.
Thanks, man.
Thanks a lot, guys. Hello, So Flo Radio.
George, So Flo television is down. There's a Jack Daniels commercial that pops up, and then it cuts you guys off.
Yeah, I got that the other day, too.
That's because we have the free version. Just endure the commercial and it comes back.
Oh. No, it doesn't. It freezes up. Boca Brian, the thing freezes up. It won't let you go. It just stops.
It freezes up?
It freezes up, man.
Yeah, it freezes up the...
I'm checking it out now. Just, I don't know.
Okay, buttloads.
There's not that much to see today. Back at you.
See ya.
All right. See you, everybody. And if you would like to participate, even if you're bitching about something, give me put here. I wrote Rick Riley down here. If you have his number or something, just
I'll check
leave it with me or something so that we can load these people up.
Yeah.
We can try to line them up. And I don't want it. It's however it happens is how it's going to happen. I want it to be not chaotic. I want to have people on one at a time and give them the appropriate amount of time to say what they want to say, especially the big important people like Randy and Rick Riley. I want to get Rick Shaw back on. Boca Brian, he's on the list. Yeah. Stan,
he's been busy.
Stan in years, man. I'm actually looking forward to
Stan, Rick Shaw, and Craig Worthing, my friend.
Sure. Craig Worthing, absolutely. Jennifer Rem, this is what I got so far. Rimmer, I got a question mark next to him.
He always had a
Phil, Dave Caprita, Terry Griffin, of course. Terry Griffin, she'll come in here and sit on my lap.
I think Phil's back doing KFI.
KJ, Hank. Is he back on KFI?
Maybe just weekends or something.
Telling the Phil story.
Yeah.
Over here.
Phil
Hendrie, I'm going to try. I don't know how this thing works, the So Flo television, because I don't watch it while I'm here. There you are. I click play, and it's playing, man. Hey, caller, I see us.
Okay, then.
It's playing.
Maybe he's got the same problem.
There goes the Jack Daniels commercial, like the guy said. But you have to endure these things, these commercials, these pre-rolls. That's how we pay for our
slut,
our access over here.
That's your time to go to the bathroom and come back.
Or light a candle for Neil.
Or light a candle for Neil right on top. Light a candle for Neil. Click here, all you people. 120 on all candle radio. SoFloRadio.com.
Hi, this is G. Gordon Liddy, and they don't come any worse than Neil Rogers.
Something smelling in my house. It's not my cat. It's not a mouse. I ate food, gave me gas. Now it's coming from my ass. You questions, tell you lies. Put your head between my thighs. For a smell that starts to linger, all you do is pull my finger. For a smell that starts to linger, all you do is pull my finger. Lots of people turn their noses at my book with dirty poses. Jerry Falwell wants to sue me. Sandra Bernhard said she's screwed me. If the critics criticize, let me give you my advice. Don't have talent as a singer, but I'll let you pull my finger. For a smell that starts to linger, all you do is pull my finger. For a smell that starts to linger, all you do is pull my finger.
Sex with Madonna, skitters on my sheets, footprints on the wall from where she put her feet. She's got bad hygiene, doesn't wipe too well, not to mention how my digit really smells. Big pop star, she really needs a shower. Left all her bacteria on my towel. She don't come close to smelling like a virgin. Scrape off the skull. Sex with Madonna. Now my hair has lice. Can't believe I did it with that skanky
Join the radio refugees. SoFloRadio.com and she's onlyrockandroll.com. Jan Michael Morris isn't just any attorney. He's your attorney. The Morris Law Office, handling your legal needs for more than 20 years, providing a wide range of legal services for those who need it most. Let Jan Michael Morris put his experience to work for you. Call Jan Michael Morris at his Boca Raton office at 561-395-4195 and speak to Jan Michael Morris directly. That's 561-395-4195 or visit themorrislawoffice.com. Spokesperson is not an attorney. SoFloRadio.com. Give us a call at 954-99-00036. Skype name SoFlo Radio. Mobile users call 954-99-00036.
It's the little old lady from Hialeah. It's the little old lady from Hialeah. Granny slow, granny slow, with a baseball cap and a silk gardenia. Granny slow, granny slow, granny slow, hidden in a rickety rundown shack. She's got a mid-condition 68 Cadillac. Now I can't think of no one who could make me meaner than that little old lady from Hialeah. She crawls and she stalls, she's a real old fart. She's the terror of Hallandale Beach full of art. She's a little old lady from Hialeah. It's the little old lady from Hialeah. Granny slow, granny slow, granny slow. She'll cut you off and act like she'd never seen ya. Granny slow, granny slow, granny slow. Don't try and blow your horn to agitate her, 'cause she'll only keep sucking on a respirator. Now I can't think of no one who would make me meaner than that little old lady from Hialeah. She crawls and she stalls, she's a real old fart. She's the terror of Hallandale Beach full of art. She's a little old lady from Hialeah. It's the little old lady from Hialeah. Granny slow, granny slow, granny slow. It's the little old lady from Hialeah. Granny slow, granny slow, granny slow.
I know that the Lord even loves Neil Rogers.
Hello, I'm Sal.
And I'm Harry.
Here to tell you about our special place.
Just a short little drive.
From New York is the Poconos. Let's go.
That's where I wanna go.
To get away from it all.
Where is that?
In the Poconos. He can feel the fish. I love that stuff.
Play shuffleboard if you wish. I got a 9.
Go for Saturday brunch.
Or pile the food on top of your dish. I hope it's kosher.
In the Poconos, Skytop and Buck Hill, Camelback and Bushkill, Mount Airy and Shawnee.
There's even Mickey Rooney.
I know. Split Rock and Cresco. Oh, let's go poking in the Poconos. We'll have some lunch and then we'll see a show. Britany, Orlando, in the Poconos. Get a hot shake tub.
You pour the champagne, sit by the pool and act like a schlub.
Let's get the chicks. You can meet a nice girl.
Over by the exercise club. Hey, cutie over here.
In the Poconos, Skytop and Buck Hill, Camelback and Bushkill, Mount Airy and Shawnee.
Don't forget Mickey Rooney.
Split Rock and Cresco. Booby, let's go poking in the Poconos. We'll have some lunch and then we'll see a show with Tony Orlando. In the Poconos. Let's go. Did you forget your teeth this time?
I know. I got my teeth in a little bag with the water.
127, SoFloRadio.com. Jorge Rodriguez, Boca, Brian, Suds Coleman, Monica, Luis the Artiste, and various camera angles. Did you? So, wait, you never showed me your new phone yet there, Suds? Is that the HTC? This is the one that's supposed to be...
Yes.
The iPhone. Oh, okay. I can hold it? Let me hold it. Ooh, pretty.
They're hefty
bigger
bugger,
screen.
isn't it? But,
it's, the iPhone is still heavier.
It's like a mini iPad.
Yeah.
Like I said, my cousin and I had iPhone.
They pack stuff in here.
And races with these two phones. And I actually was able to connect a little faster. And but like I said, the display on the Apple again, it's a personal
thing. Does it got a kickstand? Yeah, it does. I see the kickstand there, and the camera. Does it have a front-facing camera?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so you can do the little chat thing on there. You know, I have a love-hate relationship with this thing. I can't wait for the jailbreak app that lets you use like Skype with the camera on here for Skype calls, like FaceTime or something on Skype. But it's a little flatter and a little bit bigger. It says speak now. Oh, working. Oh, yeah, that's doing something. Oh my God.
Oh, that's all right.
Take it away from me.
It has voice recognition, so I don't even have to type.
this too,
and it works pretty good too.
It's one of those things where you have to learn to speak its language. Like
it's somewhat. Well, actually, even on my first try, it thinks it right out, yeah.
It thinks Monica's last name is pronounced Uribe, for example.
I hear that a lot.
Yeah, on the phones?
Yeah.
Or people?
No, people telling me that.
The organic units call you Uribe? No, only the machines are supposed to be that stupid. I heard that the battery life sucks. This is the thing going back and forth.
It is a bit of a battery hog, but I have never run out of battery during the day.
Battery?
Well, I haven't run out of battery either.
Good. I like it. It looks good. You know, if someone hadn't hooked me up with this one, that's what I would have gone for. My previous phone was an HTC. Didn't have any problems with it. It ran Windows. It ran Windows Mobile, which is why I could put any old thing on there. Right. It was great. All kinds of hacked software and stolen stuff. It was awesome. So,
like I said, from my old flip phone to this, it's like going from a Commodore 64 to a Cray. So I'm still basically at a learning process here. So,
all right. Well,
I don't know why, but my cell phone says Remington.
I mean, what kind of attachments came with it? Does it have a sideburn groomer?
You shave his balls with his phone.
Oh, good Lord. Aim it at Suds. He's the guest of honor over here. Luis is doing the Twitter vision.
Well, here's what you missed by not reading the paper, Jorge.
Okay.
In the comics yesterday, there's a comic strip called Rhymes with Orange. And this just made me laugh out loud. There's a dog, and he's sitting with a fortune teller sitting at the table in a chair and a crystal ball on the table, and the fortune teller's sitting on the other side of the table saying to the dog, "You want to resurrect the dead so you can roll in them?"
Oh, jeez. Wait, what?
I should have eaten more cough drops. I got a yarmulke full of cough drops if you want one. So.
One moment, please.
Thank you.
You
Thank you very much.
a yarmulke?
Let me finish I interrupted myself when I was reading the results of the previous
because
poll.
I'm waiting to see where my vote came in here.
All right, Paul McCartney wins, of course, 233, and I think I voted for that twice. Eric Clapton, 113, did way better than I thought he would. If you ask me. Did you ask me? No. Nevertheless. Jimmy Page is in third with 100. Billy Joel, 92. Really? This crowd? Billy Joel, 92? Above Elton John, 75. Bono, 63. Roger Waters, 59. Went on there late. Sting, 54. Robert Plant, 49. Ringo, star, 43. Lemmy, 28. Let me ask you a question. Brian Wilson, 27.
Those are all my votes.
Yeah!
And only
Brian Wilson. Guess who I voted for?
He didn't come in last. Trey Anastasio from what? 15 votes out of 951. Now, the poll that we're going to be building, and it's going to take a long time. We're not going to put it up
Wilson
yet.
Second from the last?
Brian Wilson second from the last.
That's not right.
You wait. One of us, Monica will probably make it to 100 because she's a health food nut.
Yeah?
When you're 100, you wait and see who they're talking about. They'll be talking about the Beatles, of course, and Brian Wilson.
Yeah.
He's going to be the Beethoven of our age.
It's way more
harmonies, the
Motorhead,
songs, the production.
Oh.
You like it?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, we do. We really do. 954-99.
Listen, don't worry, baby, 3 times a week.
0036. Don't tempt me. Don't go tempting me or I'll fire that off.
Kleenex.
Now I got to play Beat Force.
Here's what I got to put on next.
You got to put the Brian Wilson thing on.
Capitol Records presents the Beach Boys have never heard before.
Okay, coming up.
Brian Wilson hates me.
Just for you, Sudsy. Listen to this.
Oh, man.
By the way, have you ever gotten so, fucked up that you forgot how to pee? Okay. If you forget how to pee, here's how you reactivate it.
Very good, man.
I almost wet myself just hearing that right now. Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
That's the sound my goosebump makes.
We need a crack shot right now.
That's what... when I feel the piss shiver run up my spine, that's the sound that it makes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm wiping tears away.
Well, that's what you say after you mix one song for 6 months.
Oh, yeah. Compliments. My compliments to that. Are you kidding? And that was one of those... The Beatles lit a fire under their ass. That's what that album was.
Yes.
Like, we're really embarrassed. Like, dude, did you hear what they're doing? You hear that? Dude, we suck. We got to go do something. Dude. And they did. Compliments to them. I always like that when people inspire each other to get bigger and better.
The opposite story.
What's that?
Well, Paul McCartney said that they were inspired by Pet Sounds.
Oh, really?
Pet Sounds, yeah. And Smile. They were.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, let's ask Brian Wilson. He might remember. Or he might remember something.
I think I actually talked to him.
He remembers the color red.
Maybe in Seattle on KZOK, but I don't know.
Do you you got the Brian Wilson thing all locked and loaded for the next break, right?
Yeah.
Boca Brian, excellent. By the way, speaking of things in the news, I'm just trying to dispense with my news show over here. In case anyone saw Channel 10 this morning, also, in addition to wearing good underwear helps your self-esteem, did you hear that?
No, I didn't.
Throw away those ratty, shitty bacon stripe underwears because you want something clean with snappy elastic. You want clean, snappy, fresh underwear. It's good for your psyche. It's good for your self-esteem. Also, they were doing this whole thing about how easy it is to find out where you live because of the geotags that people are putting on their pictures when they take pictures with their phones.
Yeah.
Don't. Here's a little solution for you because the people, you know how the news people are. Oh my God!
Yeah.
You post a picture on the internet, everybody's going to know where you live. The camera software asks, "Hey, do you want this to use your location?" You say no.
Wow.
What an innovation. This is what Channel 10 doesn't tell people. They like to make you freak out. They're like, oh, my God, if you take a picture with your phone, everybody's going to know where you live or something. just when that little thing pops up and says use your location, no. Or there's an overall deactivation of your GPS system on your phone that you can just, in the settings,
I don't normally leave mine on.
I leave mine on, but then I don't do anything stupid like take pictures or use that feature. Yeah. So you want to do a search, it searches by where you are at. Like, for example, if you have Wonder Radio, which I highly recommend, and you search for stations in your area, using the GPS, we pop up.
Oh, wow.
SoFloRadio.com pops up. Other online stations do not.
Oh.
In other markets. I had to bribe somebody to make that happen. Government and school streaming entities, they come up.
I see.
But as far as commercial, broadcast, whatever format, and we also pop up on the top of a lot of different categories, but that's irrelevant to the story. No. The point is, don't use your GPS tag. Don't tag your pictures with the GPS thing if you don't want people knowing where you live, especially if it's pictures of your kids. You stupid people. I did the thing. That actually, the story was good. There's a thing called O Panda. It's not the only one, but that's the one that they were demonstrating on the story. It's a neat little piece of software. It's free. You download it and you open up any picture, and it gives you all of the details of that picture, like the resolution, the type of device that it was taken with, the dimensions, just this whole list of things. And then one of the things that will pop up is the longitude and latitude. Everything that's a tag, everything that's attached to that file, it'll display all of the properties of that file, so including the geotag, the longitude and latitude, which you can then click on. And it just comes up on the Google Map type thing. I went and checked out some of my own pictures to make sure that I wasn't stupid enough. And guess what? I'm not. I'm not stupid enough. I did. I went and looked at the pictures of my kid. And then I went online on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I found all these pictures of good-looking girls, and I ran them, and I found out the geotag, and I'm going to go stalk them later.
Boy, does he have a lot of chutzpah.
Yeah. Do you know there are sites?
Well, it's getting close to Christmas.
There are sites that are dedicated to helping you stalk people.
Oh, I'm sure.
They were talking about that in part of the same story. They're like stalkme.com or stalk this or something. There are places where you can go, and it's a how-to guide, and they got cyber tools and things like that available for you to stalk people.
I never even thought of it.
That's so scary.
Yeah,
I'm so going to stalk Suds.
I never had one.
I'm going to soup stalk you.
Wow.
That's what I'm going to do.
I had some celery once. I'm
going to go and get that old medieval stocks and stalk you with that. Put you in the stocks, and then I'll put Christmas stockings on you.
Oh.
By the way, what's in the bag over there? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, it's a little Christmas gift.
All right. Well, I hope it was what I asked for. Suds always does this. He shows up way before Christmas gift giving day. He's always done this for years, for 100 years, since I've known Suds. He'll give you your Christmas gift in like October, and then he'll leave for the entire month of December so that you can't give him his gift back until January. This is what Suds always does. This is his thing. Suds also, I don't know what this is. I hope it's something practical like another webcam.
Oh, I was going to get you this headphone,
bagel,
but you already got it.
I already got that.
But I had to admit, I wasn't getting the headphone amp so much for you guys as I was for me, because I could never hear Boca Brian. And I hated that.
How is it now?
Oh, perfect.
You have your own individual level. Have you played with it? Have you played with your pods?
You couldn't hear me with the headphones before?
No. I couldn't hear anything.
It depended on, we had to... You know how everything was shorted out, and we had to jiggle everything just the right way to get any audio out? Suds never could get it.
I have to do that with Pam.
You mean even when I was in the studio, you couldn't hear me?
No, I was reading your lips.
It's really weird.
And his mute button on.
Oh, good Lord. Well, everything's all settled. You don't have to bring that over now. We'll take a break. We'll what's it called in Radioland? Milk this.
Yeah,
for all it's worth. It's my fault. I told everybody that I was going to ask for another one of those cameras, but I guess we'll just have to take that out of the capital budget.
I think you have to go HD here.
I've been seeing that. I think you're right.
Sure.
I think we have to go HD. Everything is becoming that. I don't know what that entails.
Well, you'll have to change your makeup.
I'll have to start adding some.
It does make a difference. However, Shannon Doherty still looks great.
She does still look great. I'm going to borrow the spackle, the face spackle that she's using to make me look good. It's $140.
I think she's using ceiling popcorn.
Body putty. She's got a hot body. Maybe she uses hot body putty. 20 till 2 on all Hot Body Radio. SoFloRadio.com.
SoFloRadio.com. Doing to terrestrial radio what they did to you. SoFloRadio.com. After years of drug abuse and controversial rehabilitation, Beach Boy Brian Wilson is ready to release a collection of his latest composition.
Thanks for granting us this interview, Brian. Brian, do you have any idea how retarded you sound? I'll show you what I mean. Here's how you sounded back in '62 from this early Beach Boy recording session. Hey, man, did you like it? My ears. Man, okay, wait. Listen. Okay. You like it? Oh, that's very nice, Brian. Did you like it? Well, it's a little hard to dance to. Do you like it? Yeah, very nice, Brian.
The Brian Wilson collection of burned out compositions.
Do you like it? Oh yeah, that's great.
Master copy available now on eBay.
Do you like it? Well, I've got to be going. Do you like it?
Capitol Records presents the Beach Boys as never heard before. The Endless Binge is now available for a limited time.
Wouldn't it be nice if we were sober? Maybe then we could write some new songs. We apologize for Kokomo. We have been around for far too long.
The Beach Boys singing their way to the top and belching their way back down.
Beer, 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 beer in a can. Beer, 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 beer in a can. It wrecked our band. Beer in a can. You got me bobbing and a weaving. Soon I will be heaving in a can. Beer, beer, beer in a can.
The Beach Boys, Endless Binge.
Oh, where could the John be? Too much old granddad in me. My bladder's about to explode, but I'm holding my own. Losing the fight. No bathroom in sight. Yeah. Well, I'm so coked up, can't find the commode.
The Beach Boys Endless Binge, yes! Available at rehabs everywhere! Fellas, you got any more?
He coined the phrase.
You better butch up if you want to play with the Beach Boys.
And now he is. Ex-Jock Records proudly presents Kim Bocamper, butching up and playing with the Beach Boys.
Well, I believe the West Coast chicks really look their best when they deploy from the surf. I'm gonna save a few dollars and some nickels and dimes. Giddy up, 2.5. So I can buy a 2.5. Giddy up, 2.5. An air-conditioned automatic front-wheel drive 2.5. 2.5. And we'll have a great deal of fun until her father has us impugned by revoking the driving privileges from his vehicular property.
Bocamper butches up and plays with the Beach Boys. To order your copy, have your credit card handy and call 1-800-DUH. That's 1-800-DUH.
SoFloRadio.com. Buy the best custom full-color balloons with your photo, logo, or design that will blow your next party or event away with PhotoBalloonStore.com. Take a look for yourself and see why PhotoBalloonStore.com is the place for full-color, custom-printed photo balloons. Our balloons are not made out of rubber, latex, or mylar. They're made from a durable aluminum foil composite film that keeps them inflated longer than any other balloon sold. 11 inches in diameter uninflated, 9.5 inches inflated. These balloons can be reinflated over and over again. Cheer on your Miami Heat basketball team at home or the arena with our version of the Miami Heat Dream Team balloon. These limited edition memorabilia balloons are available for only $6.95 for a limited time. Visit photoballoonstore.com for more. Order yours today. We deliver on time and fast. photoballoonstore.com. SoFloRadio.com. Give us a call at 954-99-00036. Skype name SoFlo Radio. Mobile users call 954-99-00036.
Salespeople are iceholes.
Jim Remini, Jim Remini, Jim Remini. Since you've lost that weight, there's no free lunch for me. Jim Remini, Jim Remini, Jim Giroux. I hear that Jeff Cohen's not happy with you. Jim Remini, Jimmy, Jim Giroux. Jim Remini, Jim Remini, Jim Remini. Do you really expect me to read this copy? Jim Remini, Jim Giroux. How'd I get stuck with a sales hole like you? How'd I get stuck with a sales hole like you? WIOD, Miami.
SoFloRadio.com.
Jorge Rodriguez. Perfect bits ever recorded.
That is an original mashup before they even had a name for it. It brings tears to my eyes. That's just an amazing piece of work, masterpiece. Got some requests
Rock
here.
Comedy.
That's great. I was going to ask you where the hell that came from. Rock comedy, when we used to divvy up the bits, this is for the people out there writing notes for the book. Neil had ACN, and the Rick and Suds show had rock comedy. And I don't. No, you don't, because you weren't the producer, asshole. That's right. I know that, because I was on the other side of the glass. You were on the other side of the glass with me, smoking cigarettes, waiting for your turn to go on the air. Yeah. Remember those good old days?
Oh, yeah.
The control room was basically the smoking lounge for talent, and other people would go in there to smoke. Otherwise, you had to go outside. But the people that worked on the air you can't leave. You're there. You're locked there for 4 hours, 6 hours, 12 hours, whatever. You can't leave that room. So they had to. This was before it was like law or big insurance mandate. It was just policy. Can't smoke in the building unless you're in one of the studios, and all the radio people smoked something.
Yeah.
I didn't, so I took up cigar smoking just so that I could enjoy the privilege. And a lot of these old videos that you have. And by the way, Brian, I got that. I got the old Rick and Suds video on VHS. I should digitize it or find someone to digitize it.
We can re-edit that.
We're on there. We're on there. Randy's on there. We're all there. The one that they made for charity. And I think Randy has a video also.
I don't think I ever saw it.
But Suds would, that was the waiting room. I don't know what...
Ranieri was on that, too.
I think so.
Probably, yeah.
So we have a request. Write this down. They're calling it Parliament Lights, and that's not the name of it, obviously. It's the convenience store...
operator.
Something. It's not convenience store training.
No.
Or it might be.
Convenience store operator, I think.
Something institute. Yeah. So it might be convenience store academy or training institute or school or something. But it's got the word convenience store in there. You know the one I'm talking about, right? May I have the Parliament Lights?
I'll research it. It's
yeah. And Robert says
there was a few of those. I think there was the Punky Pie one.
Oh, here we go.
That was a language.
Oh, yes. Thank you, David.
Yes, that's right.
I have several.
Hold your breath. Hold your own.
Yeah, it was another payday. I was tired of being a Mr. Goodbar. So when I saw Ms. Hershey standing behind the powerhouse on the corner of Clark and Fifth Avenue, I whipped out my wallet.
Thank you, David.
And whispered, "Hey, sweetheart, how'd you like to crunch on my big hunk for $1 million bar?" She immediately went down on my Tootsie Roll, and you know, it was like pure almond joy. I couldn't help but grab her delicious mounds, because it was easy to see that this little Twix had the red hots. It was all I could do to hold back a snicker and crackle as my butterfinger went up her tight little Kit Kat. She started to scream, "Oh, Henry! Oh, Henry!" Soon she was fondling my Peter, Paul, and Zagnets, and I knew it wouldn't be long before I blew my milk duds clear to Mars and gave her a taste of the old Milky Way. She asked if I was into M&Ms. I said, "Hey, chiclet, no kinky stuff." I said, "Look, you little Reese piece, don't be a zero, be a lifesaver. Why don't you just take my whatchamacallit and slip it up your bit of honey?" Ooh, what a piece of juicy fruit she was, too. She screamed, "Oh, Cracker Jack, you're better than the Three Musketeers," as I rammed my ding-dong up her rocky road and into her peanut butter cup. Well, I was giving it to her good and plenty when all of a sudden, my starburst. Yes, luck would have it, she started to grow a bit chunky and complain of a wriggly in her stomach. Sure enough, 9 months later, out popped a baby Ruth.
Oh! Wow. She was a neck away.
Now,
Brian,
Language Lab, the show that teaches you a foreign language in less than 60 seconds. Today's lesson, Greek. Lesson 1, strawberry pie.
Strawberry pie.
Lesson 2, apple pie.
Apple pie.
Lesson 3, pumpkin pie.
Punky pie.
Customer, what kind of pie do you have? Answer.
Apple pie, strawberry, and punky.
Language Lab is a public service and may not be copied or authorized for resale. Thank you.
That's it is a Language Lab, Eric tipped us off. It's Language Lab convenience store or language lesson or something with the word language in it, the convenience store one. We'll find it And thank you again, David, for finding that. I sent you the link so that you could, I guess, record it off or roll it off or something, Boca Brian, the Candy Rapper song.
Yeah. Just pass it along.
And that was, I forgot, that was a Dr. Demento song. Dr. Demento could play it, no problem, but Neil played it. Instant fine. And again, before my time. There was nothing, my record with the show is perfectly clean. Nothing bad happened that way.
No, I don't think so.
Neil never admitted it, but a lot of the early bits he was playing were right off Dr. Demento. Boobs a Lot was one.
Sure. Well, the Fugs, it's not like Dr. Demento can take the credit for them either. He found them. People sent them to him, all the Barnes and Barnes stuff. He didn't originate any material. He just wore a top hat and spoke with a high voice. Dr. Demento. But Boobs a Lot, and you know what? That sucked me in. I found, I was in a record store, CD store, and I saw a CD of the Fugs, and there was Boobs a Lot on it. And I bought it with money. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but the version he played was the Holy Modal Rounders.
Okay, and I played it, and it wasn't. It wasn't that. It wasn't the bit that we had, and it didn't sound like it, and it was awful. The Holy what Rounders?
Holy Modal Rounders.
That's a different group altogether? Because I thought it was just a live version.
I don't know who did it first, but somebody covered somebody.
Do we have the Boobs a Lot song?
Look right there on YouTube. It'll be on there.
The one that we had?
Everything's on there.
I know, but
just put in Holy Modal Rounders.
Boobs and butts, boobs hazards. Do we have Boobs a Lot? We got where the boobs at?
We've got it somewhere.
Boobs a Lot? I don't. I don't have it in my collection. I mean, I could, at least not in this computer. But like Sud says, it's probably on YouTube. We got to get Boobs a Lot, because we like Boobs a lot. Don't you like Boobs a lot?
Boobs a lot, Boobs a lot. I mean, Boobs a lot. Wow.
Yeah, we'll open on Friday's show. We'll open with the Boobs a Lot.
We'll find it. We'll find it between now and then. And by the way, because I just forwarded you, I forwarded you an email from a fine listener that says that they've got a lot of shows on cassette, and we might be able to lift something off of it. We're not going to play, and in 2002, that was in the QAM days, and we're not going to play recorded audio from WQAM.
Oh,
yeah, we're going to play. The bits. They don't own any of the bits, so we're going to play. We can play the bits, but we're not going to play excerpts from the show.
Hey, you know what you could do is you could just write them down and then reenact.
Oh, okay. Hey, there you go. Why not?
Neil Theater.
Who's going to impersonate Neil?
There you go, buddy.
I get to be me.
No one really. They tried, but they
I know.
Yeah, really.
No, and I never did. 954-99-000-36. Get your requests in, and also for the poll, for the list. What's your favorite bit from the Neil Rogers Show? And obviously, let's start them off. All right, Bridgetender.
Yeah,
and that's going to win. What else?
Spooky Tooth. What was that?
Dwayne Stomp.
Dwayne Stomp.
We haven't played that yet, Brian.
Yeah, I have.
Since we started the tribute, the long version.
You know what? You edited that, and I don't know where the long version went.
No, it wasn't me.
It wasn't you?
I didn't edit that. They had that. That was how it came. They had the long version and an edited version, and the long version, as you know, was long and too long for a lot of people. So most of the time, people played the edited version, and Neil also. But the long version is the one that's funny.
Yeah, I don't have the long one.
The edited version doesn't make sense. That's got to be. Well, write that on the list. That's got to be on there too. Dwayne Stomp. That's a very funny bit. Yeah. I didn't get it. I didn't get it because I only heard the short version, and then when I heard the long version, that's when it started making sense to me.
There you go.
Luis found Boobs a Lot on his phone.
Yeah, I found it.
His phone that does amazing things like live.
Yeah, we're going to have to add this to the poll.
The one that you're talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, 80% or more of the bits that go on the poll are going to be Boca Brian bits.
It's on YouTube.
What, Boobs a Lot?
Yeah, it's right here.
All right, well, how about Dwayne Stomp? That's your next one.
Dwayne.
The long version of Dwayne Stomp. I got to go through a whole bunch of the CDs over here now and find things, and especially and not just the CDs, but just wait.
It is what Boca said. Boobs a Lot, and it's the Holy Modal Rounders.
Yeah.
Holy Modal?
Modal. MODAL.
Holy Modal Rounders. Never heard of these people.
I never heard of a modal.
Half a hit wonder.
This is Dwayne Stomp of Black Teeth. To the 2 to 1 hour. This is Dwayne Stomp of Black Teeth.
I had to write these.
And you're listening to the 2 to 1 hour.
I don't know why that fired twice, but okay.
You want Dwayne Stomp public service announcement?
Yes.
Yeah. PSA.
Dwayne Stomp PSA.
Oh, the PSA one? Okay.
It's available on Bluetooth. Well, that's fine. We don't want to play it off of your phone over there. Just email the link to Boca. Speaking of phone, the phone will not be ignored.
Somebody get quarters.
Oh, it must be. It's either his bookie or his drug dealer because he's answering it right here on the show. Let's take a break so that Suds can do some ill business in the background. 2 o'clock on All Ill Radio, SoFloRadio.com.
Why bother listening to those other douchebags while we've got everything you need right here? SoFloRadio.com. Radio you missed. Ragtime and rock and roll. It's a natural pairing. And now you can hear it for the first time ever as KTEL presents Joplin Does Joplin. The brilliant music of Scott Joplin as interpreted by 60s superstar Janis Joplin. Available now on Joplin Does Joplin. Recorded live in Joplin, Missouri. Favorites like the Pineapple Rag, the Maple Leaf Rag, and the I Think I'm Gonna Hurl in My Sleep Rag, and more. Joplin Does Joplin, part of the Dead Masters collection from KTEL.
Neil Rogers is a gamer, as they say.
Mommy, when will I grow my extra wee-wee? You only have one wee-wee, son. Oh, Mommy, am I deformed? No, you're only supposed to have one. Is Daddy deformed? No. He has 2 wee-wees. No, son, he only has one, believe me. Mommy knows. Nuh-uh, he has 2. 2? Yeah, a little one he pees with and a great big one he brushes the babysitter's teeth with.
Headline here says, Mother depantsed, death threats fly. It says, the apparent depantsing of a Wakanda bar patron caused Wakanda police officers to serve as mediators between 2 men threatening to kill each other. The incident started when a Wakanda man called police, saying that he was about to kill another Wakanda man. It says when police officers arrived at the first guy's house, they were met on the street by the man who was reportedly in a rage and his mother. After getting the man to calm down, the officers were able to figure out that the man was outraged because this other guy had reportedly pulled down this guy's mother's pants while she was spending the afternoon at some local bar. He just went up to her, little Tommy, pulled her pants down on her.
Oh, gee, sounds like a nightmare.
Guy said that guy had done that before, and now he was going to get what was coming to him. He was getting tired of him doing this to his mother in front of all of her friends, and he was going to kill him. So, as says the police, went over to the second guy's house, and he informed them that if this woman's son stepped foot on his property, he's going to blow his head off.
Oh, gee.
He told police that the incident occurred when he was at the tavern, and he had reportedly gotten the idea to pull down this lady's pants to get back at her for all the times that she reportedly had fondled male patrons at the bar.
You mean the guy's mom?
Yeah. So then, little Tommy, you're probably wondering what happened next.
What happened next?
So am I, but you see, the last paragraph is ripped off this story, and I don't know how it ended. It would be kind of embarrassing to be standing in a bar with your mother, have some guy come along and pull down her pants because she's groping all the guys in the bar.
Oh, gee, well, how are we going to find out what happened?
I guess we'll never know, little Tommy.
Seems I'm out of change for once in my life. Should have planned ahead, put off the laundry to tomorrow night. and I wanted some mellow Mars. So I bought a candy bar from a vending machine. I parked my car on the street with a minute to feed. Not the king should have seen I used up all the change I need. Should have realized then, should have broke that 10. Should have known that there'd be a toll booth on the way back home. But I got nowhere to go. That's why I'm asking you, Joe. I'm talking to the man in the toll booth. I'm asking him to make some change. But he answered, look, buddy, I just told you, if you want to cross the bridge, you go all the lane, 'cause this lane's only exact. I'm pleading with the man in the toll booth. I'm begging him to make some change. But he answers, look, pal, I just told you, now you gotta wheel your car through another lane. If you can't come up with exact change, it's late at night, and I'm out of time. I gotta cross the bridge, and I need it. A dime from the toll man. A dime, come on, come on. Hey, Joe, a dime, come on, come on. Oh, no. Make some change.
Why not tell a friend? You're listening to 610 WIOD in Miami for the majority.
Well, I never thought I'd find the kind of ride that I've been tooling around in today. Now it's a classy set of wheels fixed up the way a brother would like it. Now it's been clean and shiny and the trim is gold anodized under my seat. I got some can of liquid cherry, yo. Aw, baby. Coconut colada, cherry carrying me, baby blue. Aw, baby. Shiny little velvet little smelly machine took the suspension down, so I bounced down the road in a big daddy superfly. Now it'd be hard to stop, no big deal. Someday I'll get around to fixing the brakes. A 1979 Mambo Catalina, she's sure looking fine. Now it's my baby Cadillac. Aw, baby. Coconut colada, cherry and me, baby blue. Aw, baby. Shiny little velvet little smelly machine, yo.
I'm like Disney.
I got my windows down on a hot summer day, 'cause the AC don't work no way. The sweaty freshman law seat starts to smell and gets the dusty working overtime. Now on my back seat you'll find a shiny crown that smell like lilacs. My carpet shiny too, 'cause I've been washing it with Armor-All. Oh, baby. Coconut colada, cherry and me, baby blue. Oh, baby. Microscopic wheels flowing over speed bumps ain't too smooth. Oh, baby. Fresh velour interior, be fancy to me, baby blue. Oh, baby. Hey, Fat Elvis Cadillac.
I'm tired of having to explain to people that, yeah, that's Boca Brian. Yeah, that too. They're all Boca Brian, all you assholes.
That's because he's a genius.
SoFloRadio.com. Yes, absolutely a genius.
Like I said, he's the only genius I've ever known in my life.
Now, the Man in the Toll Booth is not a Boca Brian song, and I'm glad, because here's
RCN again.
Another poll that we can do another day.
Yeah.
Bits that you don't understand why they're so goddamn popular on the Neil Rogers Show. Like Man in the Toll Booth. It was, like I heard it the one time.
Well produced.
It was well produced, but it was, considering some of the ones that were actually funny, like gut-wrenching funny, like Tar Baby, for example. Things with actual comedy lines. There was no funny line in that. I heard it, and I thought, you know. And of course, by that time, I was pretty jaded, because I was used to really, really funny bits like the Chrysler New Yorker. Sugar Shockers, all those really good, talk about well-produced and with comedy lines in them. ACN bits, things like that. Man in the Toll Booth, I got tired of hearing requests for that. Man in the Toll Booth, Man in the Toll Booth. Make some... I mean, am I the only one that thought that bit was incredibly overrated? And I'm not even talking about, you got bits like Jack in the Box that were overplayed, and they were overplayed because they were just that funny. Or and speaking of bits that nobody knows the name of, Body Augmentation Phoner. That's the one with people... That's what it came on the disc as. That's the label. That's what went on the cart. And people call it the Buffalo Bill bit. Or that puts the lotion in the basket bit. Play, it puts the lotion in the basket. That's what they're calling because that's what he says over and over again. But it's actually called Body Augmentation Phoner.
See, that was never one of my favorites.
I liked it. That first day, speaking of, because we're all going to reminisce and reflect bit stories. The day that we got that bit, Neil played it. My attention 5 times in a row. Yeah, well, 5 times in a row, but that was he played it before the show like 10 times in a row. We're sitting there listening to bits. He's listening to something. I'm listening to something, doing stuff, and even stuff that we think is funny isn't going to make us laugh out loud. We're all used to that. We're like so calloused. Our funny bone had gotten so exercised and calloused that we would just laugh on the inside, even if something was very funny. So my attention, I tuned into that. I didn't realize what was going on. I heard it from the other room. I tuned in attention-wise about halfway through that bit when I realized what was going on, and I turned on the monitor in my room so that I could hear what Neil was playing in his room. And he's laughing and I'm laughing just a little bit at first, and we're laughing harder and we're laughing harder. And by the end of the bit, we're red-faced and wiping tears from the eyes. And he just hits the previous button and starts it from the beginning. And we sat there just belly laughing, guffawing, spitting, blowing snot, crawling around on the floor on our hands and knees right before the show, just like, oh my God, we couldn't wait. That was at around 9 something. Couldn't wait for the show to start so that we could start playing.
November '98.
How about that?
Wow.
It was so incredibly funny. Hello, So Flo Radio. It's you, Frank.
Hey, George.
Whoa, that ain't me. Why do you sound like that? Keep talking. Are you reading?
Yes,
That's you. I think you're in the water. Call back. You're trying to listen to us and talk to us.
You're in auto-tune.
Well, I said it is me.
I know it's you, but I'm telling you that your connection is really bad and it's on your end.
Put my 2 cents in on a bit.
Yeah. Keep going.
So that
you gotta stop trying to listen to the show while you're talking to us at the same time.
On my iPhone. Anyway, I was going to in on a bit, and it was Rainy Day Song. If you haven't got it yet.
The Rainy Day Song?
Yeah, you don't remember that one?
No. The Rainy Day Song. Sing a few bars. Hum something.
Well, it's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring, went to bed, bumped his head, in 3 weeks, and he's been...
Kids Bops, Kids Classic, something like that?
I think it was called Rainy Day Songs or something like that. It was Kids Songs for a Rainy Day.
Yeah, and at the end he shoots himself.
Yeah, I remember that. Yes. Boy, that's a good memory. You didn't play that one that much.
No. Well, look for it. Brian will write it down, and he'll pretend to look for it. How's that?
I'll do more.
That would be awesome.
It's one probably on the DAT, so be patient.
Yes.
Yeah, one that sucked that I never thought was all that funny, but everybody always requested it was the crepitation contest.
That's the 20s. Thank God. That bit wasn't funny, but it sure was long.
Yes. Yeah, but everybody didn't you guys got like mega requests for that? And it was
all day long.
That entertaining. Okay, they had one like the line he plots.
We played it like on Thanksgiving. Just because it was 14 minutes and change, and that gave us time to go take a crap and take a walk, whatever we wanted to. In 14 and a half minutes, that's like a week in radio time. We could go out to lunch, get our car washed, go do our taxes, do our Christmas shopping, in 14 and a half minutes. God.
Cool.
I could take 2 dumps.
Now also I can't wait for you guys to have Randy Rhodes on. I want to give you my Randy Rhodes story.
Well, you want to give it to us now, and I'll pass it along to her when you...
No, I won't call when she's there. So. All
right. Well, I don't think we're going to get her into the studio physically, and I'm probably not going to be taking any phone calls while she's on the phone. So, mail it in or something.
Or we have her on the phone right now.
Randy. What? Hello, Randy. What? Are you listening to me?
No.
Okay, Frank.
Well, if you want, okay, I'll tell you the story.
Right,
so tell
us the story.
Anyway, you guys were doing a remote at a Dolphins game, when IOD was the sports station, whatever. And I went to go see Neil because he was supposed to be there, and Randy Rhodes was the first person I met there. And she started pimping me out, like, oh, my God, he's got to meet you. He's going to like you. I'm like, So.
Must have been a long time ago when you were young.
And a lot better looking, of course.
All right, yeah. We all used to be a lot better looking.
That's true. So
that's it. So nothing. Obviously, you didn't go far.
And I didn't even get to meet him because I guess he didn't even show up for that remote, which he was supposed to be at. So
well, there you go. If it's any consolation, he probably wouldn't have liked you.
Well, I met him once before, and he was kind of a jerk. But I still love the show.
That's because you're ugly.
Yeah.
No offense.
Can you have Glenn the Bird on, too? Not just kidding.
No wonder Neil hated you. What an asshole. Yeah, you do suck. All right, Frank.
Bye.
We'll go back to your garbly phone. And, of course, while he's talking, somebody else calls in. That's the rule. That's always been the radio rule. You can sit there and beg for phone calls while you're on, and then as soon as you go to a break or another call, then I'll
sure.
and everything. You remember that.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, but I only have a vivid memory of you hosting the show by yourself once.
There's only a few times, yeah, maybe
like
2 or 3.
a week you had.
Yeah, because Rick,
when he was
I don't know
in an
what he did.
accident or something.
Yeah, he was coming in, drove his truck off the road on somewhere, and I don't know.
Rick?
Yeah.
So he still lives in L.A. now or something?
No, he's in Nashville.
Nashville?
Yeah.
Doing a knitting show. I don't want to judge it. I mean, it's fine. I can't do a show with my wife because it would be about sucking dick. And I'm not totally... Because that's her hobby, and I know nothing about that.
Well, some guys have a little luck.
Hey, this is for Suds. Here you go.
Harry Bruce, tied to the track in front of a freight train.
That takes us back. Wait a minute. Here comes a phone call. Hello, So Flo Radio.
George.
Caller.
How you doing?
Fine.
This is Blast from the Past. My name would happen to be Greg from Port St. Lucie.
Hi, Greg from Port St. Lucie. Boy, you're right. And I'm in such a good mood, I'm taking your call.
Well, I would think you would. I heard you guys are taking...
Yes, we are.
You want to hear from some of us. I wanted you to know, as bad as I feel about everything, obviously we all do, and I live up in Port St. Lucie, so I'm not in the loop as much. All the years that I've been, when I started on there, it was like 93, 92, so it's been a long time. Everything I did with him was shtick, everything. I just played along part of it. Yeah. I knew how to push buttons. I mean, it was all in good fun.
Neil knew that. He didn't care.
Yeah, I know. And, except when he saw me at the track and he thought I was stalking him or whatever. But,
I wonder why he would get that idea, just because you were...
right. Now, I have some permanent carts that I made. The most famous one was the Don Shula cart.
Right.
But I have, because a friend of mine told me you were looking for some CDs, tapes of stuff from the past. I was sick back then where my job was so boring that I taped the whole history of me and a couple friends on the show.
Yeah.
So it dates back to the Phil Hendrie stuff.
Right. We're not going to be playing clips of when Neil was on, QAM. IOD has changed hands so many times. I don't think that they're gonna bust us for playing any clips of anything that happened on IOD. That would be inconceivable, and they're not going to make any money anyway. The QAM people, I just suspect that they might be, just gratuitously bastards about us playing any clips from the show.
Well, you could do it until they told you to stop.
I could, but it would have to be a good quality. It would have to be a good quality recording, and it would have to be funny. So, with the exception of the good, clean carts that you did, I'm not sure what that was.
Yeah, I could look through it, and then maybe I could make a small CD. Just
very, very small, yes.
That stuff that I find, yeah. Why not? Well, I congratulate you guys. I'm not some psycho. I'm a normal guy.
We believe you.
I had my fun on
Let me hear you say, put some lotion in the basket, then.
Okay.
That's making requests for you. You could.
How much?
No hard feelings, Greg. And spread the word, man. I know you're on Facebook and all that other shit. Spread the word. Get other people to participate in the tribute and and in the show and all that.
Absolutely. Good luck with what you guys are getting going too. So.
Thank you very much.
All right.
setting the world on fire with kerosene.
Take care, brother.
All right, take it easy. Greg from Port St. Lucie. He did have a couple of drops. One of those things for the audience, what's the deal with him? He called up, had a funny phone call. We got a good card out of it, and he went to his head, and it drove him crazy. Went to his head,
reminded me of
and he went mad as a result of it. Yes, what?
But I'll tell you what, good brother, I would rather listen to you fart and hear a pretty girl sing. Don't ever
That's
do
right.
it.
Bill from Newport Richie. And I think he's dead now, but that's a great line.
I've forgotten about a lot of these.
And we're going late for a break, but here we go. Hello, So Flo Radio.
Hey, George, how you doing?
Doing fine, sir. How you doing?
Hey, Suds.
Hey.
Hey, Boca. Hey, Boca, I'd buy your 8 erased. That was a 1.
Thank you. I'm paying that water bill now.
Yeah. And I also met George at Brandy's when they were selling some of the CDs.
Brandy's the store, or Brandy's this chick I know?
Brandy's shoes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oof, a while back.
I'll say, wow.
Hey, the one story I wanted to share with you about Neil, 93, 94, I worked for CMQ, Miami, FM 92.
Wow.
So we did the hockey and we did the basketball and the baseball. So I remember Neil ranting and raving, go to the hockey game. So I actually met him at one of the hockey games.
Okay.
Very nice. Very nice. But that was the only story that I wanted to share. And also, too, I had the Evo Suds, and what I did to alleviate the battery problem is I bought a spare battery.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at aftermarket batteries here, too, that are supposed to be a little hotter.
Yeah, they're a little bit hotter, and they work a little bit better.
Yeah.
And George had a question about the Wonder Radio. How does that, because I just go into my Evo,
right.
I just go on the browser and click listen now.
And same thing with an iPhone. Just a lot of people like to do everything with an app. You can open us up with any browser on an iPhone, and most other phones, BlackBerry has been the one that people have had the most problem with trying to fire off our player from just from the browser. They've got like a dedicated player that just doesn't like us because it's not any other kind of player. It's not Flash. It's not Real Player. It's not QuickTime. It's nothing. It's specific for BlackBerry, and so they do have to use Wonder Radio or some other kind of a streaming app. I've been recommending Wonder Radio because they find us, they play us, and it's a really good, slick little app there. But right, if you know what you're doing, just use your browser and fire off the player, and it should play with your phone's default player. So, yes.
Hey, Suds, if you want to save the battery on that phone, keep the Bluetooth off.
Yep.
And we get 4G coverage now in Pembroke Pines.
Do you?
You may want to turn on the 4G. Yeah, the 4G, it's not that strong, but it's there. It's a little stronger at Dade County.
Well, it's not. There's none in Weston.
Not in Weston. No. Westonzuela.
Thank you, sir.
That's funny. Have a good one, George.
Okay.
Take it easy, guys.
Thank you very much. All right, yeah.
Bye.
Power to the people, 222, SoFloRadio.com. What?
I'm
sorry.
My connection burst. I've been getting a lot of that all day.
The internet's been screwed up for the past week. It's cold. That's how much of it.
I just can't handle.
Even our wires are weak down here. That they can't handle.
Another break already?
Yeah, hit it. Anytime you want.
SoFloRadio.com, your headquarters for weed and prostitution.
If you missed the Neil Rogers show yesterday on 610 WIOD, you missed this.
Is this the Bird?
Yeah.
Bird, how you doing?
Okay.
Listen, do me a favor, play anything, because I can't stand listening to you. You sound like a douchebag. Just do me a favor, play anything.
Well, can I ask you a question before you go?
Oh, God, you sound so stupid. I hate to talk to you. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, why did you call me? I didn't call you.
No, just to tell you not to say anything. Just play something. Oh, God, I can't stand it.
Well, then why are you listening?
No, play something already.
Why won't you answer my...
I can't stand it.
You won't... See, he won't talk to me. Oh, we got a car here. Hello?
Peter Bolger was a normal man with a new bride, a lovely home, and a cushy, low-profile job. Normal, that is, until just 3 weeks ago.
Peter, is that you?
Of course.
How is the traffic?
Fine.
Peter Bolger is suffering from Glen Hill disease.
Our car insurance has been revoked, Peter. Are you okay, Peter?
Fine. Everything's fine. Just great.
Glenn Hill disease is a nervous disorder, similar to Neil Rogers disease, but even more debilitating.
Petey Weedy, it's Friday night. You know what that means.
Call me Mr. Curious.
Oh, God, are you a man or a bird?
Don't let this pathetic creature become a bird brain. Send your contribution today and help us find a cure.
Oh, don't do that.
Why not?
We need the eggs.
SoFloRadio.com. Filling the...
There's no void to be filled.
Filling the ever-expanding radio void.
SouthFloridaDiscounts.com. SouthFloridaDiscounts.com. This website is crazy. SouthFloridaDiscounts.com. Electronics, dining out, real estate, automobiles, boats, yachts, golf clubs, crazy discounts, jewelry, and more. SouthFloridaDiscounts.com. SouthFloridaDiscounts.com.
After rocking South Florida for over 30 years, she's back. And she's South Florida's classic rock again. She's only rockandroll.com.
She's
SoFloRadio.com. Give us a call at 954-990-0036. Skype name SoFlo Radio. Mobile users call 954-990-0036.
Bring back Alex Bennett, for gosh sake. Do yourself a favor, will you, pal? Oh!
Sally fits when her batteries quit. Rick and Suds, when they're pulling their cuts. Joey blows, that most everyone knows. That's just great radio. Larry King with that bald spot thing. And there's Jim, we know what Neil thinks of him. Randy Rhodes, when she speaks of her nose. That's just great radio. Management, they're all bent on just running the show, but they're just a bag of rancid douchebags, I know. They don't even know when to go, so when Neil gets to bitching, it's just what we're wishing for. And so, as we all hear the show, make a call, and if you have the call, talk to Neil, and I'm sure you will feel that Neil is God, a big dripping wad of just great radio.
It might not be as bad as everyone says.
When I grow up, I want to be just like Guitar Man, 'cause he's Alan Sherman in a disguise. He's better than the bridge tender, or even the tree lady, or her bastard son, the guy with the eyes. A Boca Brian and the late great Mitch Lewis are more than adequate, but even so, when I grow up, I want to be just like Guitar Man, 'cause he'll wind up with his own goddamn show. When I grow up, I want to be just like Guitar Man. All he needs is just a phone and a tune. I like him much better than Paul Harvey Jr. or the lady who says cock-a-moon. If he played a gig in public, he'd get more tips than Scythe the Knife. So when I grow up, I want to be just like Guitar Man, and I'll never have to get a life. Thanks for calling, I'll never have to get a life. Rick Riley's a douchebag, I'll never have to get a life.
When I grow up, I want to be just like Jim Schuyler with a $30 keyboard too. I wouldn't need to buy a fancy DAT or a computer. A microphone and tape deck will do. Even a schlepper like Boca Brian has better equipment, but even so, when I grow up, I want to be just like Jim Schuyler. Then I wouldn't have to spend my dough. Here comes my solo. I wouldn't have to spend my dough. I think that sounds just fine.
Well, I have a sense that there was a little bit of, a rivalry there between those two guys there. What?
It was fun. It was a good time. And I think he's still in Looneyville, Mass.
Jim Schuyler?
Yeah, but I lost his email.
All right. Well, hey, Schuyler, if you find us or if somebody has any way to contact Jim Schuyler, I'd like to have him pop on.
Oh, yeah.
His crazy ass, and it's a very crazy ass. 2:30 SoFloRadio.com. Jorge Rodriguez, Boca, Brian, Suds, Coleman, Monica, Luis, and you people, all you people out there calling up 954-99-0036. Request a bit, something that you haven't heard, a blast from the past. I mean, we are playing everything that we can get our hands on, but help us. And if you have a copy of the bit, then you can help us by sending that in, and then also suggest your favorite bit of all time. Do we have body augmentation phoner on the list there? Because that might be mine, Boca Brian. Although there are some Bob and Tom ones on there, like the National Cursing Foundation. Do we have that? That was one of the first bits that I remember just killing me, flooring me. That was one of the days that I thought, this could just be a career. This could be fun. Yeah. I've never laughed so hard at work since my boss fell into the deep fat fryer. What?
What bit I would have imagined that would have been one of your favorites? Would have been... One moment, please. I can't find it now.
You go to the Bob and Tom website right now. There's a video on there. The band, the Mummies?
Yes.
There's a new video on there that is killer. Just killer.
I'll take your word for it. Hello, So Flo Radio.
Hey, man.
Hi.
Sorry, my phone broke up. I didn't hear you there. My name's Mark Hoffman. I used to work at IOD.
Hi, Mark Hoffman. You don't have to explain who you are to me.
Oh, shit. Is that you, Jordan?
Yeah, and Boca Brian's here, and Suds Coleman is here. Hi, Mark Hoffman.
How are you guys?
How's your beautiful face? That's great hearing from you, man.
Yeah.
Well, I was listening to you guys on the internet, and Suds,
Good, because if you were listening to us on your toaster, I want that toaster.
Yeah, right.
Where are you at, Mark Hoffman? How are you? How have you been? That sounded like Rick How are you?
I'm good, man. I live just north of Atlanta.
We're sorry.
No, I hear good things about just north of Atlanta. Not Atlanta. I go, and I said that people say, where do you live? They say Atlanta, and I go, oh, Atlanta. I go, then they go, oh no, actually north of Atlanta. It's really nice.
Don't bother going to the CDC. It's a waste of time.
Yeah. Don't go there. It's mummy for zombies everywhere. How is it going, Mark Hoffman? Fill us in. I mean, you've got the whole, the audience over here listening. The listening to us refugees. Everybody knows who you are. Give us a report. Where you've been and what you've been doing.
Well, basically, I'm just I moved up here. I actually opened a martial arts studio.
Oh, my gosh.
Like you do martial arts? That's something that you...
He just opened the studio. He doesn't know.
Yeah. And say, come here, kid, give me some cash. Yeah. No, I did.
That's not Bill Marshall, is it?
No.
Yeah, right. So I opened it up closed it a couple years later because I just got really tired of it. Yeah. So I just do voiceovers and stuff out of the house right now.
Really?
People kept coming in and beating him up.
So you got a home studio like a lot of, like everybody, like us.
Like everybody in the world, man. So anyway, I was listening and I started thinking of, of course, the whole deal with Neil. And I was thinking about the first time he actually called me by my name. And I was walking down the hall.
What did he usually call you, asshole?
Well, the first time he just called me Mark. I was like, I didn't even think he knew who I was.
Right.
And I was walking down the hall. On 79th Street, and I came out of the air studio. I was walking back to my studio, and he just walks by and he goes, "Hey, Mark." And I think there's probably still a wet spot right there in the hallway when he did that. Because I was like, and the other thing that popped in my head immediately too, man, was right after we moved to Hollywood, and we were in the old Magic Building over there, and we were sitting in that back production room right before he was going on the air. The one back by the garage.
Yeah.
And there was
the
a
smoking garage
studio back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the douchebag Tommy Kramer's hat was sitting on the chair. And
by the way, that's actually his name. He had that on his driver's license.
It's that douchebag Tommy Kramer. You see his card, yeah.
Oh,
douchebag Tommy Kramer. So Neil reaches over, he picks up the hat, and he just puts his hat on. And you and I were just talking, we turned and looked at him, man. I mean, that was the funniest damn thing. He didn't even have to,
he didn't say anything. I do remember that.
He didn't have to say anything, man.
Didn't say anything, didn't do anything. He just had the hat on, and he just sat there.
He just sat there with that shit-eating grin, man. He had the hat on. I was like...
I was off the top of my head off. That was so funny, Tommy Kramer, and that. His like Kentucky Colonel hat. Yeah, that's...
Well, wasn't he like one of the 5 best guitarists ever? You know,
I don't know. He should have written that on a card, on the same card. This douchebag Tommy Kramer never did drugs. One of the best 5 guitarists and a talent coach. That was his real name. And that was as funny as anything anybody could have said to us at the time. I'm the Ron and Ron talent coach. I mean,
when Clear Channel bought IOD there, I remember him. They had the meet and greet kind of thing out in front of the old Paxson building in North Miami, and they were standing there, and of course he has to ask a question. He goes, "Hey man, it's Tommy Kramer, talent coach for the Ron and Ron," and it was Mark Mays. And Mark Mays looks at him like, "Really? Really, dude, you're going to do this?" And but he was anyway. I mean. I was enjoying hearing some of the old bits and everything, man. It was, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And I should have called you on a better day than today, but
it's okay, man. This is, there's no better day than today
because it's really cold here today.
Yeah.
Call us on a warmer day.
Not like it is in Atlanta.
No, it's not. It was the high yesterday was
so cold. I had to put socks on this morning. Yeah.
Well, I still wear flip-flops everywhere, so...
Yeah, cold. Good for you, man.
You wear 2 pairs of flip-flops in Florida on a cold day like today.
So, Suds, what's up with you, man? How you doing?
I'm doing fine. I probably the last person in the world I would have thought to have heard of from today, but...
no, I'm not sure we could have surprised you better than this.
Mark Hoffman, this guy...
we'd heard from Tommy Kramer, that would have surprised
He and I used to waste a lot of time just shooting the breeze.
all of us
That's
did.
for sure, man. Yeah. I miss, I tell you, I worked over 25 years in radio, and the only people I ever keep in touch with are all people that worked at IOD.
Yeah.
I just talked to Wayne Roberts the other day.
Yeah, I got to get Wayne. That thing, I'm adding him to the list, as a matter of fact. Got to talk to old Wayne. Is he still on the West Coast?
Yeah, he's in LA still. Right. He just shot a series of, you'd know the character actor he's shooting it with. It's called The Last Hand. And there are these little vignettes, and they enter them in, those independent film contests and stuff. But if you see it, man, obviously it's Wayne, but he's like so much more mature. I mean, he actually looks like an actor.
His Facebook
picture,
he's got the little beard there going there, the Van Dyke. He looks like a big grown-up now.
Yeah, he just sent me some pictures the other day. He did like the rock band camp thing where, you pretend you're a rock star. Yeah. And, he had some pictures of him playing a bass. I don't know if he's actually playing it or not. But, he's got the sunglasses on.
Wayne's a good actor. He does all right.
Yeah, he's, and like, other than that, I mean, Al Winters actually lives on the other side of Atlanta.
Right, we're in touch with Al.
Atlanta's, he,
get his pipe
but only those people. I mean, it's only the IOD people. Yeah. It's just like, when I talk about it sometimes, I'm like, damn, there's so much talent there. There are so many really, really, in spite of,
in spite of the Rick and Suds show, there was still some good talent there.
Well, even then, I mean, that's why the Tommy Kramer thing was so funny. If you remember, the Ron and Ron crew came in, and there were 8 of them, and I called them the Lazy 8, because every other show had the guys on the air, or the guy on the air, and the producer. Like the Neil Rogers show was Neil and me. The Rick and Suds show was Rick, Suds, and whoever, I guess, was it Adam at the time then?
I guess
Paxson? So. Was it still Adam at Paxson? Or something, just one producer, and here comes Ron and Ron with the staff. They got a board op, a bit guy, a talent coach, a promotions guy, a guy that went and lit their cigarettes. There's just entire staff of people milling about doing nothing. Each person had one job to do.
And it may have been one of the worst moves in radio, because when they were on WSUN there in Tampa, that show smoked. But for some reason, when they moved down here,
well, because they didn't have the Ron number 1. They were doing ongoing auditions for,
he was
for a primary host. Sure.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, that was pretty. Didn't they even have Sonny Fox in there one time?
I think they did. Yeah, he was auditioning for one of the Ron jobs. Oh, how sad. Très tragique.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was, and I also was sad to hear about Nickel too.
Right.
Because look over, over the whole career. He was
I don't know anything about this.
Steve Nickel died.
He did.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he died.
Yeah.
Wow.
Brian, you didn't know either?
Actually, about 6 months ago.
Somebody sent me an email. This was in Dallas or something, right?
Right. He was at KLIF, I think.
Yeah.
Didn't show up for work. Went to his apartment. He was inside, not living anymore.
Huh. Wow.
Yeah,
he
it was like
kind
a
of
Sunday
stayed
night.
in touch with us.
A little bit.
I mean,
he was out
like-
there. He was a character that I had some mixed feelings about.
Well, I mean, like I was going to say, in the whole scheme of, all the years I worked in radio, he looking back on it, he was definitely one of the better PDs I ever worked for. Because one thing I appreciate about him, like from what I was doing, from what my job was, he was like, shit, do whatever you want, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he never micromanaged any of that crap,
Right.
And Jesus, he could drink some wine. Holy crap.
He could drink. Are you kidding me? He did everything. That's one of the things that I respected and admired, about Steve Nickel is if you were drinking, he would drink more. He would bring more to drink, man. He was a party guy.
Yes. And he always looked the same. He had that stupid grin, and he would, he was just cruising along.
Obviously, it was taking its toll on the inside.
Yeah, that's for sure. I remember him. He was. We were doing the Heat game. The first Heat game they did out of the building in Hollywood after we moved, and they couldn't get the game on the air, and it was just mass chaos. People running around like chickens with their heads cut off, and Manny is walking down the hall, and he's just like, he told me later on he thought I was an asshole for this. I'm like,
Manny did?
Nickel. Yeah, anyway, so Nickel in the middle of the whole thing, I'm running down the hall, what are we going to do? We'll play spots, whatever. And he's got his briefcase in his hand, and he's walking down the hall. And I go, what the fuck, man? And he goes, sometimes you just got to know when to punt. He just walks right out of the building trying to get the Heat game on. I was like, you know what? Got to admire that in a little bit, man.
Yeah.
Sure thing. Yeah. Mark, it's a pleasure hearing from you. Don't be a stranger, man. And, come visit the studios when you come to town. Teach me some martial arts.
I will.
All right.
I will. Listen, man, it's good talking to you guys. Suds, love you, man. And,
Thank you.
And I'll be in touch, guys.
A distinct pleasure to hear from you.
Yeah, great. Did you say that he stinks?
Yeah.
Why would you say that about our good friend Mark Hoffman? The backup guy. In those days, it was like Greg Vadic. And Mark Hoffman, the old 1-2 production punch.
Yeah.
Oh, punch.
Those
That
guys.
sounds good. That makes me thirsty. 18 till 3, SoFloRadio.com.
SoFloRadio.com. Filling the...
There's no void to be filled.
Filling the ever-expanding radio void.
This is Learning to Spell with Donnell. I'll be Donnell Jackson, and today we're going to spell the word paradise. Spell it with me now. Paradise. Paradise. Now, let's use it in a sentence. Whenever I goes out to gamble, I always take along my lucky paradise. Be good to me now. This is Learning to Spell with Donnell. I'll be Donnell Jackson.
Oh, I just love Joey Reynolds. Not. Oh!
Joey's days I've done. Joey's days I've done. Bill Marshall is his son. The show just ain't no fun. So what does Gary Bruce think Joey is gonna do? He tried a small weekend gig, and now we're crying out in pain. The ratings they reflected, no way to redirect it. He said to crawl away in shame. Joey's got a gun. Joey's got a gun. Neil can't help this one. Radio days are done. What is he gonna do? His radio days are through. He tried a small weekend gig,
SoFloRadio.com. Give us a call at 954-99-00036. Mobile users call 954-990-0036. And for those of you living in the past, call Butterfield 990-0036. Skype name SoFlo Radio.
And that's why I think the Jets will have a championship season.
The Jets?
And what did I tell you? You don't talk till I say you can talk.
This is the Beast.
I said shut up, fatso.
But you're like a father to me.
You don't talk till I'm done talking. When I'm done talking, then you talk.
Okay, I'll...
Hey, Beast, come here.
What?
Come here. I want you to meet a friend of mine, Mr. Golf Club. Why, I ought to... I'm going to show you the business end of this thing. Come here. This court sentences you to 20 years in Oz.
What'd you in for? I tore a tag off my mattress. Looks like we'll be bunkmates. The name's Mulholland David. Star and stage screen in paradise. What's yours?
Nick owes me coffee.
You got so tan.
Right.
Thank you.
Hey, get out. What are you doing?
So, Paul, really?
I'm going to make you my woman. Ain't nobody going to stop it. God!
All right, shower time. You got 10 minutes.
Well, it ought to be safe in here.
Yo, Boca.
Yo, man.
Get a load of our new Linda Blair over there.
Hey, don't embarrass me like that. Do you know who I am?
Okay, then bend over and pick it up now.
All right, but I expect a written apology on my first one.
That room, man, the Boca.
I'll take the floor. The warden will see you now.
Thanks.
Well, Mr. David.
Hello, Warden.
Oh, Jack Warden. How can I help you?
Well, you see, Warden.
Yes?
I keep getting raped.
Oh, isn't that a shame? I'll look into it right away.
Thanks, Warden. It's about time somebody...
Now drop your pad.
Huh?
I said drop your pad. This is Oz. Favors don't come cheap.
Yo. Let's rape radio big shot.
That's how we pass the time away in the gay old jail of Oz.
WIOD.
WIOD? Oh, I hate that station.
That Steve Nichols drinks a lot. Man, that guy's a drunken sot. Drunk all the time and the mornings, too. Hey, Steve Nichols, what's wrong with you? Drinkle, 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 guzzle, 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 nickel, 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 pukel, 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 drinkle, 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 guzzle, guzzle.
Let's just go get drunk.
WIOD.
I get laid this tour. A groupie for a day is all that I'm asking for. On the road with Tom Petty, he always scored. Even the Grateful Dead had them by the hood. I hope I get laid. I hope I get laid this tour.
Wow, I forgot all about that. Got some suggestions over here. Just forwarded to you from Brian, Agent 86. The We Swear We're Not Gay, which is good. Aikman. I don't remember If You Had My Butt. If You Had My Butt, is that a Shakira song or something? Sitting on a Bench in Del Rey, of course, is a classic. We play that every once in a while. That's a Boca Brian thing, yeah. And then Buffalo Bill Body Augmentation, Phoner, which, we'll play at some point. Oh, let me try that.
Tune in Friday. Oh, now, I was thinking that down the road sometime we might have an all-bit show.
Yes. We can jockey it, like all bit, meaning just a little bit of talking in between, do the post, explain what's going on to the audience, and then throw it back to some bits. And just
he used to do that, too.
Yeah.
Back in the holidays.
Yeah, I was just going to say, that would be a great Christmas present.
Well, as a matter of fact, if you want to, not to give you any homework, Boca Brian, but since we do have the holiday season coming up, and like Friday the 24th is Christmas Eve, you want to just like line up a bunch of bits and roll them off and, time it out to 3 hours, and we'll run that on Friday the 24th?
We can do that, yeah. Maybe Wednesday.
Yeah,
well, why not? Yeah, Friday
the 24th, Christmas Eve, because I'm not going to want to be here on the 24th. That's Cuban Christmas. I gotta go down to Coral Gables, and I got to put on my Guayabera. And
you know what? That's pretty good. We'll do that. Yep. That'll be our gift to the audience.
Now, last year, if you recall, on Christmas Eve, Cuban Christmas goes late into the night, and it's after midnight when the presents are open, and then you still got to drink and socialize and talk to, and show everybody that got you something, how much you liked it and whatever. I gave the rotating tie rack back last year. I don't know who wound up with it. I tried to keep my eye on it, but something distracted me, probably one of my cousins. And but it was on the way back. It was 1:30 in the morning when the Durango exploded.
Oh, jeez.
And I had to pull over on 79th Street, I-95 and 79th Street at a gas station.
Place.
Now, Suds hasn't watched The Walking Dead yet, but I watched that show with new appreciation after that night, because no sooner than the car smoking, with smoke pouring from under the hood, rolled to a stop under the covered area of this, I don't know, it used to be a 66 or something. That's when the Walking Dead started to crawl out from behind the dumpsters and things, and they started to crawl on the top of the car, and I thought it was at like Lion Country Safari. Change, do you need help? I go, yes, I need help from you. I need help with the fact that a whole bunch of zombies are now crawling all over the car.
And then you went...
And of course we're dressed, the Durango was not a fancy-looking vehicle, but inside the chewy center of this hard exterior, here's a family dressed as well as we ever do dress for Cuban Christmas. You dress like you're going to a fancy church wedding or funeral, either way. And in the back, overflowing with a lot of presents, mostly presents for the kids. My daughter is the youngest one in the batch, so all the aunts and the uncles and the cousins and the abuelas and abuelos, they lavish presents on the children, so the back is overflowing with all kinds of presents and colored papers and things like that. Talk about ripe. Talk about a ripe cherry to be picked. Thank you, AAA. Hey. So hopefully this year we won't get a repeat of last year's Christmas episode. But that sounds like a good idea. That's something that we can do. We'll build the poll for the rest of this week and the next week. We're going to get more and more people on to talk and reminisce. They'll suggest some bits, and then on Friday we can do that. We can as many of the bits as we can find. How about we just line them up? All right. Brian? And fire them off, or you just load something up, and we can play that, and then both of us can take the day off. We'll do that. Sound good?
Yeah, sounds fine. I think you might have to be there at least partially.
Okay, well, if I'll
Skype and all that.
Do what I gotta do. We'll figure it out.
You can set it and forget it.
Right. We are technically apt here. We've redefined radio. We've redesigned the studio more than once. We can do this. And Alan Michaels. This just came from Alan Michaels. Phil Hendrie just signed up for our tribute page on the Neil Facebook, and you know what? That makes me feel really embarrassed because I don't think I have. He sent me the little email that it was there, and now I forgot what it was called. Neil Tribute. Before I forget, everybody should do this too. Here it is, Neil Tribute. Neil Rogers Tribute. Like it. And there's Phil Hendrie. The real Phil Hendrie, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Everybody go to their Facebook thing, and there's the Light a Candle link that Alan made right there. Way to go, Alan Michaels! You're all right.
The real Phil?
For a creepy guy. The real Phil Hendrie on Facebook, yes.
And the candles, those ones you can't blow out.
No.
I tried blowing on the screen.
Joke candles? No, it's not going to happen.
By the way, Brian, I have a fine...
Are you sure?
Yes.
I have a fine Christmas gift for you, too, but I can't get it to you today. So I'll just tell you what it is, okay?
Okay.
Genuine Chuck Barris potpourri.
Oh my God! Wrong time to take a drink. Oh. Is it made from Chuck Barris?
Smells just like him.
They shaved his chest hair and put it in a little bag, in a little sachet.
Let me give you this.
Oh, yeah, give me the Christmas presents while we have 5 more minutes left in the show. And by the way, Matt from the Methodaires never showed up, so let me remind the audience, Methodaires CD release party. Methodaires, reggae, ska, rock, this Friday, December the 17th at 8 p.m. at McGuire's Hill, which is at 535 North Andrews Ave. We'll mention it again on Friday a few times. Methodaires CD release party, Friday, December 17th at 8 p.m. at McGuire's Hill, 535 North Andrews Avenue in Fort Lauderdale. All right, let's see what we got here, Brian.
You know,
are you looking on the camera, Brian?
This is another gift for the station. For both of you, of course.
Boy!
Every radio station needs an accurate clock.
Right.
So I found one.
Is it accurate?
I opened it and powered it up.
Oh, good.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Let me get the appropriate background music.
There you go.
Do you see it, Brian?
No, not yet. I'm on like a 5-day delay over here.
I know you are. Just wait. This is very appropriate. For the people that aren't watching, it's dayclocks.com, and it shows the days of the week. How beautiful. We'll definitely put this on here. You know what? My burnt-out ass totally needs this clock. I think, as a matter of fact, Monica, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't I, just this morning, sit here with a room full of people and say, what day is this?
Yeah.
If I had this clock here,
you would have known.
I would have known at a glance. That's beautiful, Suds. Thank you very much.
Oh,
did you get this from Finger Hut?
No. Are they still in business?
I hope so. I want to get some of those things, those draft guards, those draft dodgers. No, not like the Dick Cheney kind. The ones that you stick under your door.
Oh, yeah.
Those not only do they keep the bedroom warm, but they keep the pot smoke inside. Because pain in the ass kids, they smell your pot smoke, and then they come over and knock on the door wanting some. Give me some of that! Stop hoarding the weed, you assholes in the bathroom.
So I had a doctor's appointment this morning, as a matter of fact, speaking of that.
Yeah.
And I told him about my hand. You know, I've got that involuntary, I don't know what the hell they call it.
Tick?
Like when I go to reach for something, my hand gets a little shake, see?
Oh, okay.
So I'm telling him about that, and here's what he said.
All right.
Can you still light a joint?
You should have said, "Oh, hand me one. I'll let you know."
No problem. He says, "Don't worry about it."
Oh my God! It looks like I'm going to be hammering some more nails into the walls.
Water's pot's not good. It's great.
Yeah.
Oh God! Speaking of that, while you're here, I saved certain topics of discussion for when Suds is here, so that I can get your explanation of this. Doing the show every other day, trying to get things done. Sometimes I find myself lucky enough to be at home during Maury, and I've got to watch Maury for the paternity test because I want to see that bitch run. They ought to call that show "Run, Bitch, Run," because when you are not the father, they go running and they have cameras stashed everywhere. But I noticed while watching Maury that all of the commercials, and Maury's on at like 10 in the morning and 12 noon.
Okay.
All of the commercials that they play during Maury are for those Votech schools or upstairs colleges and things like that.
Yes, yeah.
How do they know that their entire audience is at home during the workday and they need a job? Hey, are you sitting on your ass at home on a workday? You might want to go to our Votech Institute. And I'm watching commercial after commercial, and I started paying attention because I noticed that. So I started paying attention to the commercials, and one of the things that they always advertise, whatever school this is, like Kaiser University, for example, they advertise.
I eat their rolls.
They're very good, especially the poppy ones. They always say you could have a career in corrections, and it got me thinking about that. You know, I do that all day long, and nobody's paying me. People use bad grammar. They say irregardless. I go, no, there's no such word. It's regardless. I want a career in corrections. What else could they be talking about? I just want to walk around correcting bad hammer. You know?
with a big red felt pen.
It's not supposedly. It's not supposedly. It's supposedly. Come on. And then I get to check that off on a clipboard. They sign. Then I go back to the office and I've made 5 corrections today. Like, I want a career in corrections. I'm tired of doing it for free. God damn it. Kiss my ass, Kaiser University. Wait, maybe, because I don't know if they're the right way to do it. The corrections. If I took a course in corrections, would I then have a license? What would I wind up with at the end of the course? Would I have a license so that when I do correct someone's grammar, they go, who the hell are you to be correcting my English? I pull out my card. Right. I go, I actually have a PhD in corrections. So I know.
I think Kaiser College gives you a sandwich at the end of their course.
I hope it's warm on a cold day like today.
Hey, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Thank you. The Neil Rogers Tributes continues TFN. And on Friday, we're going to have Big Papa E and Khalib on the show to promote the Jolly Jam that's going to be going on at Tobacco Road on that particular day. Don't forget, also on Friday, Method Air's CD release party, this Friday, 8 p.m. McGuiresville, 535 North Andrews Avenue. I'm Jorge Rodriguez. That's Boca Brian. Yonder goes Monica, the Black Magic Woman. Suds Coleman is more famous than God.
Wow.
And you are listening to all this mayhem and all this madness at SoFloRadio.com.
This is the South Florida Radio Network.